Yo, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Mic check, mic check, mic check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Mic check. Mic check. Can you hear me? 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 Apologies, I can't really move my mouth too well, but pause. Don't know about that. I can't really move my mouth too much, but hopefully you can hear me. Yeah, hopefully you can hear me. What's going on, people? What's going on, people? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Hope you're good. Welcome back. Random show settings. We're back once again. Yeah, man. Let's get going, innit? Got a lot of stuff I want to jump into, so let's not waste any more of your time. Hold on, let me just check my levels. 16-ish, right? Let's put it to 17. Oh, that's really high though, isn't it? Hopefully that's not too crazy. Do I sound really tinny? I feel like I sound really tinny. Hold on, let me monitor myself. I'm pretty sure I sound really fucking tinny right now, but I can't really raise my voice too tough. Hello, hello. Do I sound? I sound artificial. Yeah. Best I can do. Best I can do, people. Apologies, the best I can do, man. I sound very artificial, I know. I sound very artificially gained. If you know, you know. I sound very artificially gained, but it is what it is. I can't really raise my voice too much right now. Because if I lower the gain, if I put the gain onto like a normal level, I'm gonna sound like this, right? Let's see. If I put the gain to like a normal level, let me put it to like, I don't know, 2 dB. That's how I sound like, you know? I'll sound like that, but it'll be super low. I don't want people to hear me too tough, so just have to crank up to 17. I just have to crank up to 17, unfortunately. And sound a little bit like a chin special, you know? I sound a little bit like a chin special, but we're here. I sound a little bit like a chin special, but we're fucking here. Pick up the stream chat. Pick up everybody tuning in. Appreciate you. Yeah. One sec. I'm get my chat up on the screen here. We lost it. Let me put the sound down on this. My guy busting hard with no warning. Go to tutor. Me, big drill, pretty clever already. Yeah, exactly. Like, Block coiler. Yeah, it's giving my background's giving kind of HMP, but you know what? I don't mind it. I don't mind the utilitarian look of my background, because once I level up, once I get my shit popping off where I need to get it pop, obviously I have to get my health back, you know, where I need to be. But once I get my shit popping off, you know what I mean, you're able to see the growth. You'll see the growth. You'll see the up, the down, and you know what I mean, you'll see the growth. You know, you'll see the fucking growth. It'll be nice to fucking see. So I don't mind the HMP back. You know what I mean? The HMP background is real. You know what I mean? This is the real background. All like what's missing? Maybe I'll put some pictures of like girls, some like pictures from newspapers. You know what I mean? Of like page 3 models and shit. Maybe I'll start doing that as a bit of a troll. You know what I mean? Like page 3 models and shit. A picture of a family I don't have. You know what I mean? But yeah, big up everybody. Appreciate you. Big up Ucha, I see you. Big up Don Dos, I see you. Big up Quella. Have you not watched the football? Have you not watched football then? Cape Verde have been very good this tournament. They've probably been the best African team. I'm not too sure why you're surprised, man. They've been playing very well. They're very hard. They're very hard to play against. You're always gonna concede against them. Very tenacious country, full of players that have decent technical ability. They press really hard. They're decent on the counter. Good set pieces. I wasn't surprised that they were. Not surprised they drew with Argentina at all. Not surprised at all. Not surprised whatsoever. Argentina also have been pulling up any trees. I'm not gonna lie. They haven't really been that great. Yes, Messi's been sensational, but Argentina haven't really been a great all-around team. You know what I mean? They've got a lot of missing holes in that team overall. If Messi doesn't turn up, do you know what I mean? If Messi doesn't turn up and do what he's meant to do, you know what I mean? Who are you going to rely on? Lautaro Martinez. He misses a ton of chances. Rodrigo de Paul, he's a midfielder. So yeah, I'm not surprised at all. Eventually, probably, if they go to penalties, unfortunately, with Argentina's experience, I think they're still going to go through. So if you got some money on them, then probably stick to Argentina. If it gets to penalties, then Argentina will probably still go through with that experience. But I'm not surprised that Cabo Verde are doing as well. Plus, the goal that Argentina scored, that was a world-class goal. That wasn't like a goal that they created and like they broke Cabo Verde apart. Do you know what I mean? Or Cabo Verde, sorry. That was like only a goal that Messi could score. So I don't even think their lead was that deserved, in my personal opinion. So yeah, I'm not too surprised that they're doing what they do what they're doing. I'm not surprised at all. Not surprised. Big up Cabo Verde though, man. I've got some family actually from there. A lot of Angolan people are actually from some Angolan people actually moved over there because they also speak Portuguese and another language as well. I forgot what it is, but yeah, a lot of my there's a lot of extended family that actually are from Cabo Verde. Mozambique as well is another one. So yeah, big up Cabo Verde, like extended Angolan brothers and sisters. Oh my throat. What do you think about Colombia game? That one's a difficult one. That was a difficult one. Hard to call that one. If I had to drop on my hat, I'll go Colombia. They've got the X factor in it. I'll go Colombian. They've got the X factor. Luis Diaz and whatnot. They've got that X factor up front, just like unpredictability. You know what I mean? Match winning quality up front. So I'll probably go for Colombia. And what I saw with Ghana versus England, they're not that good. We obviously are shit, but Ghana aren't that great. Colombia aren't also, you know, great as they once were, but I'll go Colombia. Really? Is Unique from there? Really? Are you guys joking? Is Unique actually from Cabo Verde? Are you for real? Is Unique from Cabo Verde? For real? I had no idea. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, I got a lot of family from there. One of my best friends growing up was from there. Carlos, big up Carlos. He unfortunately got deported back home, but yeah, big up Carlos. Too much of a fucking ragamuffin in my area. But yeah, a lot of people there's a lot of Angolan people that are like, you know, because sorry, with Angola it goes Congo, innit? Like, so I'll show you actually. I'll show you the African map, but there was a lot of wars, innit? There was a lot of wars in like the 60s, 70s and shit. So a lot of us moved to different parts, but I'll give you like a brief rundown, innit? If you guys give a fuck, I'll give you like a brief rundown. Copy image address, paste. I'll just give you a brief little rundown thing, yeah? So let me put this map on the screen. Bear with me here. So can you see the map, yeah? Just the map of Africa. And Angola is right here. Right, there we are. They're up here, right there. Boom. Well, there. Sorry, what am I doing? We're here. Whoops. We're right here. Sorry, Angola. We're right here, above South Africa, right? So as you can see, the countries that neighbor Angola are Congo, Zambia, Botswana, Namibia, and Tanzania as well, right? So during the flipping war, a lot of family members and shit, people that I know, fled to places like Zambia, DR, because that's why I've got also half my family is in DR Congo. A lot of them are from there actually. Tanzania, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, and all these places, some of them, like even Congo. Congo's official language is French, but they also speak Portuguese there as well. So a lot of people who are from, especially people who are from fucking Kinshasa or Brazzaville, these like neighboring places near Angola, they both speak Portuguese and shit. So a lot of my family members are from these type of places. It happens a lot. I'm not too sure if it happens in other parts of Africa, but I know in this part of Africa at least, if you know an Angolan person, they've definitely got relatives who are Congolese, they've got relatives who are Zambian, relatives who are Tanzanian, Mozambique, Namibia, Cape Verde, all this shit. But the Cape Verde one is mostly because of the language. So yeah, it's mostly, but the Cape Verde one is mostly because of the language, because we both got colonized by the Portuguese, so that's where we share a lot of similarities, and the cuisine is a lot similar too. I say personalities, Cape Verde and what you call it, Portuguese. I'm sorry, Angola people are very similar in that respect. Mozambique as well. One of the most famous Portuguese players, actually, Eusebio, is originally from Mozambique as well. So yeah, all these places. So yeah, there we got it right there. That's a slight history there. Oh, okay. Let's finish Nigger Hour. Let's get off Nigger Hour, and let's get onto some comedy stuff. So, Louis C.K. Yeah, let's go from one black man to another black man. Let's go from one strong black African man to another strong black African man. Big up Louis C.K. I just watched Ridiculous Louis C.K. I reacted to it on my Patreon. Check it out. It's available on my Patreon. Link in the description. Patreon.com/Agostino. $1 subscription. Get access to all of my Patreon episodes and whatever else is on there. $1 only. There's a $1 tier. Get on there. Get on it. Link in the description down below. And I enjoyed it, man. I really enjoyed it. Not one of his best, not one of his stellar ones, but in terms of giving you a reminder that there are good comedians out there, I think this was one of them. The opening joke got me straight away. If you're not into this type of comedy, like people I think some people, maybe because he's been away, because I think Louis C.K.'s last, I don't know, 3 or 2 specials, they all came out on his website, right? If I'm not mistaken. I think Louis C.K.'s last 2 or 3 specials all came out on his website directly. So I don't think a lot of people got access or that privy to what he has been doing. So they probably forgot about him, plus a cancellation. So I think some of the reactions online have been just people forgetting what he's like and what his comedy's like. And for a lot of people, it's very, what's that thing called? It can be very disturbing, right? It can be very disturbing, his subject matter, sorry, but I really enjoy it. Me personally, I really enjoy it. I love when he goes on these like dumb tangents and he tries to like make sense of the senseless, because it kind of, you know, relates back to me and my personality and what I've kind of been accused of in the past of, you know, trying to make sense out of nothing. And yeah, I just love the kind of rabbit holes he goes down, and just the willingness to say the most uncomfortable thing and just keep going in and in and in. It's fucking brilliant. So I recommend you check it out. Really good stand-up special. If I was going to be a little bit critical, I would say I would have liked to have heard more about the relationship stuff with him being out there dating again. He said and according to him anyway, I don't know if it's true, because I think he was just trying to be nice, to be PC, but he's saying he's dating now. He's back out there doing his thing, and he said he's dating women around the same age as him, which I don't believe personally. I don't believe that's true, but that's what he's saying. If that's true, there's so much material there. You know what I mean? There's so much material he could have gone down, he could have explored, but he didn't really. He kind of gave it like 5 minutes or so towards the end. But I would have liked to have heard more of his stories about, you know, dating and shit. So big up Louis C.K., man. Big up fucking Louis C.K. I really enjoyed it, but the reaction to it hasn't been great. The reaction to Louis C.K. special has not been great. This joke I fucking enjoyed though, right? Let me skip through. What does it say here? I was at the red light once. Yeah, stuff like this I enjoy. Look, everyone, no one really liked this, by the way. People were really pissed off when they saw this. People were really pissed off on X especially, right? Because he's, you know, it's Louis C.K., innit? He's fucking miserable. But that's why we love him. I was at a red light once. I'm just waiting to walk across the road. There's a lady next to me. I'm sorry. My mouth. Sorry. There's a lady next to me and she goes, "It's a beautiful day." I said, "Shut the fuck up. I don't know you." I'm sorry, shit like this gets me. I'm sorry, I love shit like this so much, because this is my inner thought, you know, but you don't do it. You just do the polite thing and you smile back. Or you go, "Yeah, it sure is," you know? You exchange pleasantries. Are you not used to that? Grow the fuck up. I love him, honestly. I love him so much. Oh, look at that.
Dude, everything they eat, bean cheese, bean cheese, bean cheese, bean cheese. Like,
yo, big up Caseload Moses, I appreciate you. Big up Caseload. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are on the water thing like I am, but this brand of water is like crack to me. I don't know if you guys are on the water thing like I am, but this brand of water is like fucking crack to me, man. This aqua thing. I don't know if it's good or not, but I've been, oof, I drink this shit like it's fucking flavored Ribena. Like, oh, I don't know, it's so good. It's so good. Bill Caseload Moses, appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. Bill Caseload. Oh, let me add you. Mm. Mm. Don't, you don't need to apologize. Don't be stupid, Caseload, man. Come on, man. Don't be stupid. You don't need to apologize, man. This is just stupid slop content, man. You don't need to apologize, man. This is stupid slop content. The fact that you're here is a good thing, isn't it? But let's not apologize for a subscription. This is stupid, infected throat slop content. It's all good, brother. It's all good. Okay, cool. So I like that, right? I'm not sure people in the stream like that, but I like that. I enjoyed it. Let's see the quotes because it's my favorite part. All right, or let's see the replies first, then see the quotes. The replies, because I personally did really enjoy that. Autistic Angel. Yeah, if I wanted to hear an old man complain about things, I'd probably just watch the news. I'll pass. Fuck this pathetic sex pest. Old man yells at cloud. Or sun, sorry. What a miserable way to go about life. I wouldn't admit that personally. Wait, really? This is the best clip? This is the highlight? It must be awful. And this was the highlight they chose to lure us in. This is the exact opposite of this famous clip. This guy sucks. Okay, let's see the quotes. I want to see the quotes because people hate his comedy for some reason, not knowing what he's about. It's like, this is what he does. Someone says here, you must reject this mentality with every fiber of your being. Incredibly depressing stuff. I look up to the sun, I say it's a beautiful day and I love life. There's nothing this fat loser can do about it. Wait, he literally did this? Guy who showed his penis to multiple 1 million women. I've got a comedy special on Netflix. God damn it, he's still so goddamn funny. People who brag about hating small talk, especially weather small talk, have missed the point of life entirely and exist in a truly inverted hell world. Run away from these people before they infect you. Oh yes, the man who forced female interns at comedy theaters to fear him coming to do sets now is once again telling shitty jokes on Netflix. Old man yelling at crowd. Almost all comedy of last 10-15 years is spoken word slop. Nothing memorable. No one shares clips like they say. Like with, say, Patrice O'Neill or early Bill Burr. There's nothing funny about being angry and old geese. Yes, there is. Plenty about being funny. His stuff has always been cynical, but this is just like a self-deprecating understanding that the biggest piece of shit it was himself. This isn't even a really a joke. It's like someone doing a bad impression of Louis C.K. joke. Okay. Wait, is this so depressing? Watching a man visibly age out of midlife into early curmudgeon, desperate for laughs, really lays bare some hidden truths of life. This is Mark. Whatever. I prefer him over that guy. His brand of miserable comedy is much funnier for me personally. Let's continue. Let's read some reviews. Courtesy of The Guardian. Louis C.K. ridiculous review. The troubled comedian returns with a whimper. 2 stars out of 5 from The Guardian. 2 stars out of 5 from The Guardian. Louis C.K. is back again. It's been nearly a decade since the comedian, actor, and writer-director admitted his guilt in a series of sexual misconduct. Jesus, they're still talking about that a decade later. Imagine they're doing a review for your special and they still mentioned, like, am I off the plot, or did that whole sexual thing? Why was it even a thing? Because wasn't the actual story that forever, you know, it's still not good. But what's the actual story that he asked permission and these girls are okay with it? How did that story get even leaked then? How did it even get like broken in the press if they were consenting adults? I don't get why it was made to seem like he just jacks off in front of random girls if it was indeed him jacking off in front of girls that he's jacked off in front of before. Or was it about the power imbalancing because they were like his openers? What was the actual? I don't understand why it's always been a thing, because I've not heard of him raping anyone or doing anything that crazy. You know, you hear of him being a bit of a dickhead behind the scenes, but I've not really heard of some proper like Crystalia stuff. So I'm wondering why by the mainstream press they seem to hate him so much. Mainstream media, they seem to really dislike him. He doesn't even do interviews. He hardly does interviews. Doesn't do podcasts. He doesn't really talk to people. Like, or did I miss something? Or has he always been this hated? Why does the mainstream media hate him so much, by the way? That's what I want to know. Why does mainstream media hate Louis CK as much? What have I missed? I feel like they hate him. Like, they're really upset he's still got fans, that he sell. I mean, it's like a but maybe I missed something. It's a less triumphant return. No, sorry, let's go further. Since then, he's toured extensively, often to crowd reception, implying that he was wronged.
You have a gun?
Yo, big up, Asalaziz.
Me Guan Jackie in front Gialdem.
Okay, I just realized what you said there. Me one jacket. I just literally realized what you said. Don't know, brethren. Pick up a side, appreciate it, brother. Come on, man, run that battery, I think. Oh, for fuck's sake. Cool. Is less triumphant return than a gradual slinking back, an unspoken assumption that no one really cares that much about his behavior. No particular defense or apology, just a shruggy emoticon. When describing a tour of his elderly father's prospective home in the special, Lucy K says, the theme of the tour is, this is what it is, implying a sense of grim acceptance. It feels a bit like that's the theme of the Ridiculousness tour, to whether we want it or not to be. That's a reach, isn't it? That's a reach. If you watch the show, that is a big reach. There are other moments in the special that place Louis C.K.'s supposedly self-deprecating presentation against his less abstract failings with a nausea clang of contrast. A generally funny observation like, I can't be held responsible for what I dream. I'm not a good guy in my dreams. Doesn't hit as squarely as it should because we've already heard extensively about him doing bad guy stuff in real life. It also is hard to avoid reading some moments intended as self-deprecating as honest, or when he talks about not having sex much recently and primarily dating women his own age, as a kind of tacit burnishing of the regular schlub cred, positioning himself as essentially harmless. Maybe this isn't fair, but there are plenty of comedians where we haven't been given the opportunity to assess whether their dark side is being downplayed or set to aside for the sake of funny bit. But it's a reality that Louis C.K. lives in, a blight one firmly denied by plenty of his acolytes. Sorry. So what are they upset about? Are they upset that he's trying to change? They're upset that he's trying to be a better person. They're upset that he is, I don't know, noticing the errors of his ways. Like, so if he would have come out and said, I'd like to date all younger women, that would have been a problem. But because he said, I want to date older women, they think he's like, what, pandering. Maybe there's an element to it. Maybe there's an element to him because pandering a little bit. Because another criticism I'd say about the special is that as much as I liked it, I did feel like it's weird to say because if you watch the special, you know what I mean. You kind of like what? But I did feel like it was a little bit neutered. Like he was holding back, you know? He didn't really go all the way. I wonder if it's because it's the first time back on Netflix in a while. Do you know what I mean? I wonder if it was like, because it did feel like he was holding back a little bit. Like he didn't really want to go, he didn't really want to like proper scare the hoes, you know? For lack of a better term. I felt like he was trying to not scare away the hoes, which obviously still scares away the hoes, but yeah. Don't watch it in front of your mum and dad, innit, obviously. Do you know what I mean? It's not that's what you watch with your family. That disconnect, the lack of shared reality, accounts for some, but not all the specials halting. uneven quality. It has a brilliant stretches, to be sure. Louis C.K. remains unavoidably a keen comic mind, both structurally and instinctively. When he begins, when he begins a bit about how much he hates waking up on an airplane, he backtracks to clarify that waking up in general is terrible, and his non-verbal acting of his routine horrors is laugh out loud funny. A little sidebar about his love for the damp pad universal present in a package of chicken breasts is like a classic Seinfeld observation, only pushed further by a visceral weirdness that the buttoned up veteran Seinfeld would probably avoid. Elsewhere though, he relies on dopey shock laughs. In past specials, at least some of the shocks would often stem more carefully from a logical progression, almost tapping the audience into laughing, and something taboo. Here, jokes about cremating his mother or a callback to a child abuse joke from early in the set just feel like blunt force mischief, almost obligatory in their pushing of what some imagined envelope. Some jokes don't even involve the effort of pushing. They're more Louis C.K. trudging through the sourness or the sourness, of saying his 42-year-old friend had trouble getting pregnant because the eggs were scrambled. Yuck, yuck. Or rotten, yuck, yuck, yuck. The joke is he's being a dick. Louis C.K. is clearly capable of more than this, and Ridiculous has flashes of his writer's flair for crystallizing that could be of standard comedian's laments into something more vividly relatable. Every part of my body hates the part next to it, he says at one point, a reminder of how gifted he is at describing the physical indignities of aging, or just plain being alive. Maybe it's telling that far from his creative peak, it's the material that remains punchy as the supposed truncheon philosopher side of his persona trails off. In a way, the pedestrian nature of some of the Netflix release specials is what makes it rather valuable. It's a reminder that Louis C.K.'s weakness on and off the stage are ultimately his own doing. No, it's a reminder that his weaknesses are his best traits. He's a fucking freak. He's a weirdo. And that's why he's funny. That's the unfortunate nature of it, you know? That's the unfortunate nature of it. Like, the guy's a weirdo. He's a freak. He likes to jack up in front of girls that he knows. And finish into plant pots. He's a weirdo, isn't it? Just is what it is. Stone cold weirdo. Stone cold weirdos can sometimes be very, very funny. He's a good example of it. So big up Louis C.K. I really enjoyed it, but most people on the internet did not. Most people on the internet did not. Talking about not enjoying things, I kind of respect this, you know. Travis Swift, Jesus Christ. Travis Swift, that's such a good name. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce wed at New York's Madison Square Garden, rep confirms. Madison Square Garden wedding is fucking nuts, isn't it? When you think about it. But I rate the unapologetic nature of it, you know? The main character nature of it. The unwillingness to be a wallflower, a shrinking violet, you know? Nah, like, I think I deserve all the eyes on me. I want all the paps. I want all the fucking engagement. I want all the virality. I want all the hashtags. Yeah. This is my big day. It's going to be a fucking monumental day. And she's competing with the World Cup. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, doesn't care. She's going blow for blow. Like, we're playing on the biggest stage. Let's go. So salute to fucking Taylor Swift, man. For just being unapologetic with it. Like, we're doing this at Madison Square Garden. Big thing. So, yeah, interesting. Interesting. Taylor may have dropped an Easter egg about her wedding dress. Taylor says she'll several options for her dress. Just married. No bridesmaid or groomsman, but Adam Sandler had a big role. They both wore Dior. So yeah, officially got married. Fans are out there going crazy. Interesting. This is like the American version of a royal family, I think. This is probably the American version of a royal. Let's see. What do these fans say? On the streets around Madison Square Garden, some young women have been breaking into Taylor Swift songs, standing atop of scaffolding and taking photos of their cars going in. It's a moment when you don't care about Travis and Taylor. You have to be here. God bless Taylor Swift and may they be very happily married. She closed the whole city, says Mariana Nascente, who is originally from Brazil but lives now in New York City. Why does Brazil create so many stands, by the way? Why is stan culture so big in Brazil? I feel like Brazil have the best fans. Like, they love being stands. Like, they're so crazy with it. But the Brazilian Jamie Lanjoni says that she's excited to live in this city right now because of the things that are happening, including World Cup. What's that guy? What's that fucking guy? What's that fucking guy? What's that fucking guy? Yeah, so what would you rather, people in stream chat? What would you rather? What would you rather? As a child, what would you rather? Your child is a fucking Taylor. What would you rather? Taylor Swift stan or Shane Dawson fan? What would you rather? Your child be a fanatic of Shane Dawson, or a Shane Dawson / Trisha Paytas, or a fanatic of Taylor Swift? If you had to choose one, you can't not choose. You have to choose one. Taylor Swift fan child, or Shane Dawson fan child? Child fan fan. Floyd Mayweather speaks on the reports that he sold his jewelry because he needed the money, as he opens up about his current lawsuits and addresses the past backlash he received for pulling out and counter-attacks of money. So, as you guys know, a lot of people have been exposing fucking Floyd for being broke. And yeah, I guess now he's trying to clear the air. I don't think there's anything to clear, to be honest. I think it's fairly obvious to see that he's spending a little too much money than he's actually making. I think it's just simple as that, really. I don't think it's really that more complicated. I don't think it's really that more complicated than that. There could be some bad business involved here and there, but from what I saw from the documentaries of that guy, I forgot his fucking name, the YouTuber that's similar to like CoffeeZilla. I think it's like Shane something as well, his name. But from a few of those guys, from what I can remember, the summary was that Floyd was just spending more money than he actually had. Simple. And because that's part of his brand, he's never going to stop or pull back, because you probably see that as a fail. He's just going to have to die on his shield, you know? It is what it is, but there's no real explaining it that's going to make people not believe that you're not broke, because he is. You're just spending. I mean, obviously he's got loads of money still, but you're still broke on that level, type of thing, you know, living paycheck to paycheck, you know, kind of selling off jewelry and shit. It's getting dark for him. So yeah, that's the real truth about it. So Cam, big up Cameron, one of my favorite rappers of all time. He went to fucking Floyd's gym to speak to him about the whole shit.
They talk about a lot of different names, right? You know, but it is what it is. You know, it's so crazy. A lot of times, they be talking about. A lot of times we talk about, oh, you doing it for the money, right? So if I'm able to steal some extra money, shit, why not? Why wouldn't you? Shit, if I'm able just to steal a little bit, why not? I mean, Jeff Bezos still getting money, right? I mean, we can keep naming, right? The Walton family, there you go. They still getting money. There you go. I mean, the list goes on and on. So a lot of people are saying you're doing this just cause.
You know what's really interesting too about Floyd, like that I've noticed, when you listen to him speak outside of boxing, he sounds really dumb, which is really sad, because in the boxing ring, or when he speaks about boxing, he's highly intelligent, highly intelligent. When he breaks down fights, when he breaks down his own fights, other fighters, potential fights. Do you know what I mean? Or just the sweet science of boxing. He's really smart. You can clearly tell, like, he studied this shit. He's a student of the game. But when he speaks about anything outside of boxing, you get to see that shit that 50 said about him maybe not being able to read, you know? It kind of comes across like, this guy doesn't sound too intelligent. It sounds like a double-digit IQ type of guy, you know? Which must be kind of a bit of a mindfuck for someone like him to rationalize, because, like, you know, you're losing all this money, you're quite smart, very intelligent, sorry, in one field, but then unfortunately that intelligence doesn't apply to other areas of your life, which is now leading you to a place where you might go bankrupt, even though you've made, I don't know, you know what I mean? Maybe close to $1 billion from fights and shit. Like, you shouldn't be going broke at this stage, especially given all the fights that he's done post his retirement, you know? Like these exhibition type of fight. Like, come on, man, that alone should be enough for you to like sit back on forever on, you know? It's like, Jesus.
Money. Is it just cause money, or just what you want to do?
Well, as you know, I mean, nobody has taken none of my properties away from me.
Right.
So I still got all my houses. I still got everything. My mother, my whole family, they bills still paid.
Right.
They all.
That's a strange flex, I'm not gonna lie. No one's repossessed my house. That's a weird flex, I'm not gonna lie. That's a very strange flex. Nobody's repossessed my house is a bit of a strange flex. I wouldn't be bragging about, oh yeah, my house ain't been repossessed. Yeah, but you know, it's like, I don't know.
My employees.
So did you want one more question? I'm gonna let you finish.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the paper.
No.
Let's go back to the paper.
Right.
You know, I was thinking about something, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of times, hold on, let me film it. Okay, so check this out.
Yeah.
Now, when you really think about this, right? We got our people, meaning the black community.
Yeah.
These people have been paying money for years to come see me fight.
Yeah.
These people will put equity out of their house, bet their life savings, and they bet it on Floyd because I proved that I'm 100% when I get in that ring.
Right.
Okay, so they'll bet their life savings on Floyd Mayweather every time because they believe in me, right? And they rooting because they want to see me win. And then after they go home and they got everything they want, they praying on my downfall.
Facts.
They praying on my downfall. So, yeah, we don't want to see Floyd with nothing.
Right.
And so, I mean...
That's not true. How does that make sense? Sorry, why would the people that are putting their life savings on you to win, because you've got this, you know, this fucking perfect record to defend, why would they then be preying on your downfall? That doesn't make no sense. Again, I understand he's just trying to cope because of all this bad news and press coming out about him, you know. His whole brand being the money man, and now people are saying that you don't have any money, but that's a weird cope. So your most diehard fans are also your biggest ops. Come on, let's be real. I think the people that have his biggest ops are the ones that never liked him in the first place, right? There is a certain segment of boxing, a certain segment of the world that's never really liked the fact that Floyd's really flashy, right? It's very braggadocious. They've never liked it. So those people, I'm sure, are taking victory laps and are very kind of happy and gleeful that he's going through what he's going through. But I don't think his hardcore fans are those people. Hardcore fans are taking out their life savings and betting on him to win. They're the ones that are going to be defending everything that he does. Even the Israel stuff.
And in due time, you know, a lot of times they say, oh, it's this lawsuit, it's that lawsuit. One thing about me, whoever I get involved with, as far as with business, I get myself out of the situation.
Okay.
You know, one thing we're not going to do is go out there and go point fingers. Oh, this person got me in that. As a man, you know, if me and you doing business and things don't go right, and if me and you sit down and communicate and try to iron things out, if we can't iron things out, then it's best that we go our separate ways. It's just like a divorce.
Right.
You know, and if a man and a woman been married, just say 30 years.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot of unraveling. Right. So even like, you know, when they talk about these different cases, oh, it's this, it's that. One thing about it, it's not me.
Okay.
It's not me.
Right.
But one thing I'm not, you know, I'm the main face.
Yes, sir.
I'm the biggest name.
Absolutely.
So with me being the main face and the biggest name, who they going to point the finger at?
You.
Okay.
There you go.
So it's no different from when you hear stuff like, a jeweler, they told me that a jeweler, because remember I ain't got social media on my phone.
Right.
You know, I'm too focused on like I said, building generational wealth. Just like a lot of time.
Come on, man. I'm not on social media. Mr. Social Media is not on social media. Come on, Floyd, man. Come on, Floyd.
You know, I be jumping subjects, but just like when people
jumping subjects because you're lying.
Oh, why Floyd doing this? Why Floyd doing that? Man, listen, I'm not in nobody else's business. One thing about me, I stay in my own business.
Right.
So The thing is like this: if I was taking punishment throughout my career and I couldn't walk or talk, I couldn't articulate well, then I'd be like, yo, fuck that. But as far as me going out, having fun, entertaining, being in control, doing exhibitions, keeping my body in shape, let me do what I want to do. I don't pocket watch nobody. I don't know what nobody doing.
Right.
And then it was so crazy that they was talking about one time I seen them. They told me I guess when I went to a game, you know, I didn't have season tickets for somewhere close to 30 years.
Right.
Watch the Lakers and the Clippers. And every time I pay the people, I pay in cash. Having cash is a part of our culture. That's what we rap about. That's what we talk about.
Right.
You know, we floss and we flashy. My name is money.
Right.
So if my name is money, I'm not paying nobody with no credit card.
Right.
If my name is money, I'm gonna pull out that dookie knot and be like, wow, here you go.
Ain't nothing new though.
I mean, I've been doing this. And then they try to say, oh, well, why did he do that? Oh, why did he do that in front of Jay-Z? Jay-Z is this and Jay-Z is that. Man, listen, I love my people. If anything, Jay-Z love how I pop it, and I love how he rap. And the reason why I know he love how I pop it, that's why he didn't show it up to so many of my fights. Because game respect game, and I respect this game. I respect this hustle.
Right.
You know, a lot of time, even like different individuals, where people be like, oh, and like it could be people from all walks like, oh, this guy is worth this and this guy is worth that. My whole thing is this: I don't know what nobody's worth. Fuck what you're worth, what you got.
Right.
So at the end of the day, for the last 30 years, like, I mean, ain't nobody see me in no soup line. I ain't been out on the streets begging like my hands is cups.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I'm good.
Got it.
Did we expect him to kind of like own up to it, take responsibility, accountability? Maybe have a sense of humility? Probably not, you know? No one expects that from him. It's, you know, Floyd, isn't it? Is what it is. But look, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what he says to us. He's to have to deal with what he has to deal with behind the scenes. The one thing that I didn't like, personally, from watching all the documentaries, if true, is the way that he did his boy. That Jewish guy, the way that he did that Jewish guy was dirty. The way that he did that Jewish guy was dirty. Because he made it seem like the Jewish guy was the one responsible for taking all his money. Like he kind of like concocted this story with TMZ to make it look like, oh, it's my, you know, sneaky, conniving Jewish manager, white person. I mean, he played into all those type of like tropes to kind of get the public on his side and make it seem like the Jewish manager was doing him bad. But then the Jewish manager exposed that he was actually the only person with Floyd until the very, very last minute, until the very, very last moment. You know, all of his other people who were trying to help him were the ones that were fleecing him had already fucked off, and he was the only one trying to actually get him, you know, deals, telling him the reality of his finances, getting him to fucking pawn or sell some jewelry that he didn't need, make it so he can make more money to pay off this and pay off that, and then he's the one that he goes to kind of like, you know, try and fuck over by playing all these fucking, you know, all my lawyers kind of robbing me games. I don't know. I thought that was really bad. That was really slimy because him and that Jewish, because he shared loads of WhatsApp, you know, DMs. They were talking like besties. You know what I mean? They were on the phone to each other all the fucking time. And the next minute he's out here calling the police. It's like, come on, man, come on. So yeah, I didn't really like that too much, but you know, Floyd's gonna Floyd, isn't it? Floyd's gonna Floyd. Floyd's gonna Floyd. I thought this was kind of hilarious, by the way. Have you guys seen this? Two police officers. This is why we probably need guns, right? Two police officers try and stop a kid who's, I think, riding an illegal motor. No, I think he's probably riding an illegal e-bike. One of those really, what they call it? Are they called a Siren? Sara? Those really fucking super fast scramblers that, you know, are electric powered, obviously. And people kind of, you know, unblock them or whatever, unlimit them so they can go really fast. So I think that's what happened. I think it was a stop and search for either the bike or maybe the kid had a knife on him. But he somehow resisted going down and then somehow ended up in a situation where he was able to like yank the baton from one of the police officers and use it against both of them, I think. And then jump back on his bike and left the scene. Pretty epic, man. Pretty epic clip. Also a reminder of how shitty our police are when it comes to, like, you know, detaining somebody and close arm combat. They just don't got a clue.
Get on the floor now! Get on the floor! Get on the floor! You don't have to kick him. Get on the floor now then. Get on the floor. Get on the floor. Let go of my jacket.
You don't have to kick him.
Let go.
I know the law too. You don't have to kick him.
Stop resisting! Stop resisting! Get on the floor now!
I know the law. You don't have to
Get on the floor!
That's better. You don't have
Get
to
on the
kick him.
floor!
You got no right to kick him.
Get on the floor! You're being detained for assault! Right, I'm going to draw my taser. Get on the floor. Get on the floor now or you're going to get tased. Let go of my jacket. Pulling me towards you.
Look, how does that guy overpower them? Two police officers have this black guy pinned up against a rail, right? They have him pinned up against a rail, yet somehow he gets out of this and jumps back on his bike and rides off. Somehow he's able to reverse his position and take one of the police officers' batons, jump on his bike, and just like disappear.
Get on the floor, or I will use my taser.
You got no right to use it. You got no right to use the taser. You got no right. You haven't done nothing. You don't know the law.
Look at this. Watch this. Baton drops. Picks it up. Bang. Bang. The first guy. Boom. Absolutely sensational work. Well done, police officers. Well done, UK police officers. Well done, UK police officer. Cool. Tfatk K time. Tfatk K time. Tfatk K time. Let's go. First clip. Slow Joe's mum lives with Brendan. Slow Joe's mum lives with Brendan. People in the stream chat, let me know if you're Latina, if you're a Hispanic person, if you're a Latina person, Hispanic person, is this normal? Especially if you're married to like a non-Hispanic person like a gringo. Is this normal? I get if it's more like, within your own culture and shit or whatever nationality, that makes more sense, but is it normal for the Mexican wives or mother of the children's own mother to be at the house or live with them? Is that normal? Just to have like her own crib? Is that normal thing? Not too sure. Because that seems a little bit, sometimes excessive when it comes from certain people, but I don't know. Maybe it is normal, who knows? But yeah, this is Brendan confirming that.
Yeah, I only watch soccer once every 4 years. I get into the World Cup.
Too.
Like last night, Mexico played, and my wife's Mexican. My mother-in-law lives with us. She made fucking tinga, fucking all sorts of Mexican dishes, and they were fucking crunk.
Well, dude, England now.
But I can't, I'm watching like,
England is playing
how much longer?
Crappy sport.
I'm like, how much longer is this?
And when is anyone going to score?
Why do they keep falling down?
Chin,
like
find out what the score is right now
they do
between
fall
England
down
and
a lot.
Congo. England is playing Congo. Africa.
So yeah, is that normal? They've been together for a while now. They've been together for more than 13 years, I think, right? I mean, it's not like they're newlyweds. Is that normal for the mom just to be around like that? Oh, I get it. I get it. Okay, I get it. Huh? Anyways, we got a second stream chat about it. If Mama Slojo was my mother-in-law, she could live with me, bro. Hilarious. We got Cosford. Cool. Let me do another one. Papa's trying to be woke. Brendan tries to be woke.
Watch France.
England's got to get it together.
Brian, you know this. I might get roasted online for this, but like France, like you'll see a lot more black guys in the World Cup. I'm like, man, there's a lot of black guys on here. But like when you watch,
wow, is that the air conditioning?
I might get roasted online for this, but like France, like you'll see a lot more black guys in the.
Whoa! Wow, it's so loud, isn't it?
Online for this, but like France, like you'll see a lot more black guys in the.
Of course, Brendan was one of the people to mention and to notice that, innit? Big up, Brendan.
World Cup. I'm like, man, there's a lot of black guys on here. But like when you watch France, like half their team's black.
No, hold on.
Hold on. Are they
it's the best team in the world, and 10 out of 11 players are black.
Yeah, here's my thing. Do they call them, you know how African Americans here, do they call them African French?
No.
We're the only nation that does that
No,
bullshit, right?
the reason that you have so many is because in France.
No, I know why they have so many, but I'm saying like in their culture, do they call them
I don't
African
think so.
French?
No, they're French.
Or like.
Why wouldn't they call them that though? Especially if, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. I guess he's trying to go down the whole like right wing nationalism thing, right? But it's like your ancestors like you're from a place too. You know? It's such a weird thing to just totally erase about somebody. No, don't worry about that. Where did you get a new shiny jacket from, or where did that Tamagotchi toy play from? Do you know? That's the most important thing. Only it's like, come on, man, get out of here.
Like when you see a black guy on
I can
Columbia,
say
do you call
people didn't say African Canadian.
Yeah,
never, right? We're the only ones.
That's an American thing.
Yeah, that's an American thing.
Why?
I don't know.
Why are we the only dumbasses that do that?
Because it came out of our academia, you know? It actually came out of, I think, Marcus Garvey. I think it came back to the...
Well, here's a huge part of it, is in those countries, a lot of the guys, like, okay, so for example, London, like if you call them African, British or whatever, you go, well, 30% of us are from Jamaica. So a lot of them had another stop first, right?
Yeah, like, wait, hold on. We're actually from...
Yeah, they're like, I'm Jamaican or something.
France has a lot of Algerian, a lot of Arabic people that France colonized, so they came over. Moroccans.
It says in Canada, people commonly say black Canadians.
Is that going to kill us?
I've never heard that.
Chin?
No.
I fix it to a certain degree, but you're gonna hear some of it.
Yeah, it's also ChatGPT. Who knows who's putting that bullshit in?
Why does Brian Callen get so easily triggered by the fan? It seems to be one of the things that are really great. He can't not say something about it, you know? It seems to really it pisses him off it pisses off Callen, so he has to mention it. And it clearly pisses off Brendan, because Brendan's like, bro, you do nothing for this studio. You do nothing for this pod. You just turn up, chat shit, and you get paid. Don't then now, in the middle of episodes, start, you know, talking about equipment and certain things where they shouldn't be. I mean, no, now's not the time. Now's not the time, motherfucker. Now's not the time. Now's the time just to kind of get the ball and just score, you know? But yeah, funny how you pushed that one. And then what was the other one I wanted to show you quickly here? Yeah, this is really funny here. This is Tfatk on the draft, right? For whatever reason, again, maybe it's right wing grift, but Callen's been talking a lot about military draft for young people and the need for this, need for that. It's like, bro, you never went yourself. If they open up a fucking adult military draft, I don't think she'd be there either. Not at least not front the queue. Definitely be fucking hurting if I was going in those. But hey, what do I know? So yeah, a bit of a smashing one there. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. So let's hear what to say about the draft day. Yeah, Tfatk on the draft day and the need for kids to toughen up. Let's see. Says the guy that ran away from a fucking, you know what I mean, a scripted thing during a porn podcast, whatever. Kids need to toughen up. They're not tough enough. All right, cool. Let's hear him say something about the draft, the proposed military draft that's been, you know, floated for a while.
Man, but them the rules. And you're like, really? Yeah. Go shoot them.
The famous stories, if you ever read, they're heartbreaking. But World War I, when somebody would get like shell shocked, or they wouldn't charge, something would happen, or they wouldn't charge to the next hole. So they'd blow a whistle, and you would run and they'd mow everybody down with machine guns, but some of the guys would get over and bayonet and kill everything, and some guys just wouldn't. They stay in their foxhole. Sometimes
scared.
you get knocked out, too scared, shell shocked, whatever. And the stories of the commanding officer would then come to the kid. Could be 18, 19, and he was probably 21, 22, and he would explain to him the code. This was British. This was German, whatever. It explained the code, explain what the rules were, shake his hand, and typically the soldier would be like, "I understand, sir," and go and get shot and just like die like a soldier. It's like, fuck, dude.
Well, I guess good for the
no
government
thanks.
that they've convinced you.
Yeah, no thanks.
Crazy.
Or how about in, I think it was Germans or French soldiers. They're in Russia at the time. It was German soldiers. They're in Russia, and in Russia, like around October, the temperature can just drop without warning. And they were there, and they were kind of dressed for fall. And one night, the Russian Winter, they call him General Winter, said, "I'm going to dip a little bit. I'm going to bring you guys down." And it crashed. It became one of those Russian nights, and it was like, it fell to like 20 below. And 12,000 German soldiers, 12,000 died of froze to death in one
nightmare.
Yeah,
Like-
you don't have kids, but can you imagine? Like now that we know more about like wars and how it's a business and all the shady dealings and stuff, like can you imagine having an 18-year-old son now and he's like, "Dad, I'm gonna go fight for your freedom. I'm going to Iran." I'm like,
yeah.
Who told you that?
Yeah.
No, I'm good, dude. No, you're not. No, you don't need to do that, dude.
That happens in,
Well,
I guess,
'cause it's your
you're
son.
in Texas. You know people that but in New York, I don't think you know a ton of guys that are signing up to go to war.
No,
I respect the shit out of
More of a
like
musical
anybody
theater
who
town.
goes.
I respect
We have a
it.
voluntary army now, and I respect the shit out of anybody who's.
Oh,
obviously
but if
in
they
their
did
family.
a draft, like if you look at some of these like 16, 17, 18-year-olds, like, oh, we're cooked, dude. Those kids have been playing video games, eating fucking Cheetos.
You know what though? Sometimes
life.
I wish we had a draft.
What's he been doing though? What's Brennan been doing really? Oh no, that makes it just like, brother, let's relax.
For most of our youth, so they could just have 2 years of reality training, get in better
Just
shape,
hardship, yeah.
learn teamwork, learn the discipline of the
You
military.
can do that without the army. You have to get drafted to go to our fitness camp.
Probably not
Yeah,
the same.
that'd be
Probably
cool.
not the same thing, but yeah.
Sure.
There's something about having to go and be in the Marines, in the Army. That'll change.
Having a
That'll change
regiment, yeah.
That'll change your DNA. Especially if you've been a bitch your whole life in front of a video.
It would make
game.
things better on the internet.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, what about people that weren't a bitch their whole life though? That's
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like, why am I doing
They
this?
do better. They do better.
Yeah, they'd exceed.
They do better.
I don't know if I would. I think if
Kind of realizing sometimes good guys finish last.
I was forced, I think there would be 2 years. I don't think I'd ever submit to it, if that makes sense. Because what you're saying requires that at some point you were like, I did submit to this experience.
Yeah.
And I think that in my mind, I would always be like, okay,
Yeah.
now I got to run 15 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
wonder
there's that.
sometimes too. It's like also now with technology and drones and stuff. How much are we actually going to be needing real human beings on the
Well,
ground?
especially if your son's like a smart kid and they're like, yeah, we need you to grab that gun and go running out. I'm like, what? But there's like 60,000 drones over there, dude. Why don't they do it and I'll stay here?
Kind of what's happening.
Like they're kind of, yeah.
I think the only thing there's two parts that would be good. One,
By the way, why is this a serious conversation in America for guys especially? Is this like a debate that's actually hotly discussed? The military draft and shit. Why are guys like fantasizing about young people going to fighting in pointless wars? Why are they like pontificating about scenarios where their own children might go? Like, what is this infatuation? This like weird, like adoring of like what is going on? They're all really giddy about it. Weirdly enough, like they think it's all war, like it's all shit they see in a movie. It's gonna finally get them a podcast appearance when they come back, when they finish their tour. I find it odd.
is like for some people it is a good deal where you get paid okay, you can give school, like it is just an okay deal for some people. And for two, you are kind of hanging with the boys, like a little bit. Like I'll meet army dudes, and I played in bands, and so like you spend time in locker rooms, like there is a culture that's fun. And
Big up Red Bar. Remember Red Bar took the piss out of his scar band or something, right? I think Ryan Long used honestly. Red Bar's so mean, man. So unnecessarily mean. He had like he had like a scar band he was in, right? And I guess big up Red Bar. Big up Red Bar.
Army is kind of like the other. I've talked to.
There's
I remember
also a discipline to it. Like it's good for you. It's for the most part. I think
that part I'm out on.
but to your point, there's also a community. Like
Yeah,
with the
it's
boys.
kinda fun.
Yeah, like we're all going through the same shit. We don't want to be here.
I remember I talked to some like in music. There's a little bit of like dudes that are like 25 or like over the hill. You know what I mean? A bit.
Yeah.
And there is also that in sports where there's a guy that's like retired at 31. Like you know what I mean? When did you retire?
I was like 26, 27.
Yeah, it's like young as fuck. And Army has it a bit too, right?
Was he? Was he? Or was he 31? I don't know. Why does that sound like a lie? I feel like when he retired, he was like either in his late 20s or early 30s. I don't think he was 26. 26. Exit out on that one.
Yeah.
Where it's
you
like,
also,
and then
you also,
you
I
miss,
think it also
that's the part you miss.
It humbles you too. It humbles you because if you think I always say, if you think you're a tough guy or you think you're this, that, and the other thing, you go into a war zone. Like I did that USO tour and I was like, Jesus, there's some tough people, man. Different.
Yeah.
You think you're tough? Like what? Does every guy walk around thinking they're a tough guy, and does every tough guy need to be humbled? What a weird way. It's like what a weird criteria. Yeah, if you're a young guy and you feel like you're walking around, feel like no one can touch you, maybe you should go to the fight. Do football stuff. Maybe not. It's just football, really. It's not that deep for me. But hey, it's not that deep for me. I don't know. The war infatuation thing is weird. I find the war infatuation thing really fucking weird. So we did that one. Next one I want to do here is Brendan Schaub hates Mark Zuckerberg so much. Brendan Schaub hates Mark Zuckerberg so much. It's around here, right? There you go, yeah. The Mark Zuckerberg hate is forced, I think, but I think most of it comes down to when he was doing stand-up, I think, right? I think Brendan's hate for Mark Zuckerberg was when he was doing stand-up. I think he felt like his account on Instagram was getting throttled or was getting purposely like, what's that thing called they call again? I've got that thing they do when they black out, take away your internet. What the fuck's that thing called? But whatever that thing is called, I think he thinks what's happening to him or his account, right? Was it get throttled? What's that term they use? When people think like their social media account is it's not reaching the same people it's meant to reach. Brendan, for some reason, there was a period during COVID where he was like, he was like almost certain that he was being, is it shadow banned? That's the word, shadow banned. There was a time when Brendan seriously thought that he was being shadow banned on on Instagram. And obviously Facebook's owns Instagram. So that's why his hate developed for Mark Zuckerberg. I could be wrong, by the way. If someone wants to educate me.
You have a gun?
Yeah, big up casual, appreciate it, bro.
Big up AZ, big up chat. Cool face emoji.
Well, one, big up casual. But I'm pretty sure that's where Brendan's hate for Zuck started because he pissed off the fact that they hadn't eaten that day. So big up that guy. Oh, a little bit of aircon here. Not that great, but a little bit. Indeed, a little bit is better than nothing. Let's see what they're saying here. Big up John. Everyone chilling. We did that, right? What's wrong? Yeah, cool. Did we play it? No, I didn't play it, did I? Oops, sorry. I forgot to play it. Ah! I'm having a fucking chin here. I'm having a chin. Apologize. I'm having a chin. I'm having an absolute nightmare.
You got a J curl and a chain and put it on TRT. Dude, like, I'm cool now.
He looks great.
And I like everyone's like, yeah, he's cool.
The funniest transformation.
Dude, his transformation is bigger than fucking Elliot Page's, man. It's crazy. And I just want to know, his marketing team was like, listen, Mark, we gotta switch this shit.
Yeah.
What's that? This is testosterone. And what's that? That's a white shirt. And what's that? That's a chain from Jackson's. And then we want you to curl your hair.
He used to be doing the like IBM start me up, and now he comes in, he's like, yo, it's good, fam. Like what?
What's popping, y'all?
Yeah.
What's
Starts every interview with what's popping.
Dude, I love he's wearing that.
What's
What is
popping,
that?
man?
What is
It's
that chain
incredible.
anyway?
He's got an OVO necklace on.
Yeah.
He looks great though. Like
Brian's the opposite. You're like,
Brendan can't even admit that. You know, that much of a hater. He can't even admit. Yes, he might be corny. Yes, he might be, you know. Yes, he might be ushering in a surveillance state, especially with these new meta glasses promoting by fucking Kylie Jenner. Don't get me wrong. But it's just really funny how much Brendan hates Zuck so much he can't even admit the guy that's good. Probably because, you know, Zuck came in and did Brendan's look better than him. You know, that kind of, whatever that bro look is that Brendan was doing before, Zuck just does do it better. Very simple, very easy, and looks way better than him does on Brendan.
he's like actually pretty cool.
I can't stand
look
that
at him.
fucking
Look
guy.
at him. Oh,
shoot.
See that?
Oh, nice.
What does that say? What is this?
There we go.
Who is that?
That's Zuckerberg.
The Zuck's algorithm.
Is that his wife?
That's Zuck's wife.
Unfortunately, that's my algorithm.
Nice.
Who the fuck is that? Big up fucking chin. The Wizard Cherry. The Wizard Cherry. Who's that? Is that the girl that Chin was kissing? That white girl? The Wizard Cherry. Do you guys remember that?
You have a gun?
The Wizard Cherry.
Oz brother, I feel bad. You sound sick. Get well, man. I appreciate you doing a stream for us though. Saluting
Yeah.
face emoji.
We're out here, man. We need to stream. We need to stream. We need to stream. Content makes me feel good as well. Doing this makes me feel good, so I don't need to focus on being too sick. So you guys keep me company. You guys keep me company. I'll keep you guys company. But I appreciate you. Thank you. We got casual, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate your support. Yeah, isn't that white girl, or is it somebody else? I don't know. I thought the name sounded some familiar. The Wizard Cherry _6. I don't want to search, because if I search, it's gonna come up on my. I don't know what you mean, but I'm pretty sure that's the girl that Chin was dating or something. No.
Algorithm.
Is that his wife?
That's Zuck's wife.
Unfortunately, that's my algorithm.
Nice. Dude,
Is
the
he
algorithm
talking
right
about it?
now.
Just Koreans with flat asses.
The algorithm right now is like a like your shitty friend at work. It's like, yo, you see that? Like that's
man.
all. It only sends you.
Yeah, it's Monday morning. Why would I want to watch a beheading?
Nah, you.
Algorithm's like, nah, you like it. You know what's up, bud.
Come on.
The prayer that I
Oh, is
say
he
to my
talking about his
daughters every
necklaces
night when
here?
I put them
Yeah,
in
yeah.
bed. I'm a Jewish prayer called. Oh wow.
Misha Bert.
Is he Jewish?
Yes.
Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg's very Jewish. Very Jewish.
Heavy on the Jew, yeah.
I've never. Yeah. Very
I just
smart.
do not fuck with that guy.
Very smart man.
That's a smart move to be like, no, this is religion.
Such a hater, innit? And I wonder if a lot of it has to do as well a little bit with the UFC loving too, because the way Dana embraced, you know, him was a little bit cringe. But again, for the money and for the exposure and shit, I get it. But I wonder if that was also a part of it, like Brendan hating the fact that Dana like bent over backwards for Mark Zuckerberg to be, you know, involved in the UFC in some way, especially the Apex fights and shit, you know, and being in a corner of other fighters, you know, all that nonsense shit that, you know, only a billionaire with his type of influence could do.
Yes, I'm not trying to be a hype beast.
They're like, who gave you that chain? 2 chains. But listen,
He's brilliant.
it's religious.
Have you guys heard Zuck's Cypher?
No, what is that?
He released a Cypher rap track.
Fuck, dude.
It's not real though, right?
No, of course not.
Okay, I was like, what the?
But yeah, he makes me laugh. The
Chin asking, is it real though? Big up Chin, man. Big up Chin. Big up Chin. Always asking the best, most insightful questions ever. Is it real? Is it real? What do you think, Chin? Do you think it's real? What do you think, Chin? Please let us know down below. Do you think it's real?
the like Bezos is another funny one where just like 55 becoming like a Miami yacht guy.
Yeah.
Just going from like a bald nerd to Miami yacht guy in your 50s is, I don't know, it's great.
And then Elon just like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to stay fat.
Oh, if you watch old Elon, he is a bit of
I mean, his hair was fucked.
yeah. He plugged it up.
Yeah, he plugged it up. His
But
hair
not
was-
the same way.
His
yeah.
hair was atrocious. He looked like a nerd. So he
Jesus Christ, man. Can Brian be any older right now? Why is he just sitting there letting the young guys just talk to each other? Brian just sitting there like the older young friend. That's what I said. The older friend in the group, just like nothing to say. Look at him. Come on, Brian, chime in a little bit, bro. They're just like talking around you, like they're talking to each other like you're not even there. Brian just trying to awkwardly smile and hang out.
Passed up a little bit when he became a trillionaire.
Look at him.
But he still believes it's cool to be a nerd a little bit.
He's still keeping it nerdy. Like, you know, he's still like,
that's
I'm
a good hair
trillionaire.
transplant.
Fuck
though.
off.
I got to get to his doctor in a hurry. Wow.
Trillionaire.
But every single one of them almost has done a transformation.
Yes.
I mean, and by the way, fair enough if you're worth billions of dollars and you're just like still rocking, you know, if you're still flabby and bald, like they solved this, pal.
He's awesome.
I go both ways though, because then the other way you go, hey, you don't have to do shit.
That's my thing. But my other thing, like with Elon, with Zuckerberg, with Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is not as much as Elon and Zuckerberg. But it's like,
Bezos.
Why do you guys want to be famous? Just be
Couldn't
the
agree more,
fucking
yeah.
I don't think they have a
rich
choice.
guy.
I don't think they have a.
I find that hilarious coming from Brendan, by the way. Then you find it hilarious coming from Brendan. Brendan's, recent, downfall. Some could say, as a word of advice, maybe he should have just focused on just doing the work. So trying to be famous and try and jump on trends, right? Instead of just falling out the sky and figuring something out, maybe he should have spent more time, making those shorts with his family. That would have been great. Imagine how sick that would have been. Imagine. Just imagine. Brendan, okay, next clip here. Brendan thinks Elon Musk is a bad father. Brendan thinks Elon Musk is a bad father because, Brendan is a judge and jury when it comes to who's the best father and who's not, on fatherhood in general. Brendan's saying Elon is a shit dad.
If he didn't want to be in the mix.
Because he's a man of a certain age. It's fun. There are girls everywhere. He's living his best life, yeah. It's fun to kind of be like, I'm going to go to this party and have everybody try to get down my pants.
I'll tell you what, though. In my opinion, it's more fun to be the billionaire that can just walk around normally. Like, that's maybe the funnest guy to be.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, where no one's like trying to murder you, no one's trying to kidnap your kids.
But also,
you can do like Bezos. The more you do that, the more you can't do anything.
No, you gotta have security 24/7.
It's also a little strange to have 14 kids that you obviously can never see because it's physics. You don't have time in a day. Like, that's 14 kids that probably, how often does he really see?
Half of them probably don't even live in the same state.
Yeah.
No. Listen, I like certain things Elon does. Terrible father. Terrible. He thinks what it is. Terrible dad.
I think that's
Not
very
awful.
dad, eh?
Him and Nick Cannon are like 1 and 2. It's like
I'm right with you. Like, I don't get it. I feel bad for the kids, but he's also a visionary and he's amazing. And
well, his thing.
Interesting, isn't it? Interesting. Even Brian Cannon chimes in there. I love him, but I don't get it. Just not a good father. Why? Because, whether the ecology of the place will be a lot better if he does what he does, or just pretend it doesn't exist, just keep it moving, and then wait for disaster strike. The European way, wait for disaster strike until you change course. By then, it's too late. But we love to see it. Another one here says, Elon Musk will tell father. We've had already. Brian complained about how much work directing actually involves. Yeah, another brilliant fucking clip from Brian Cannon here. Come on, you punk. What's happening here? Don't know. Let's skip ahead forward a little bit then. What shall we do there? Elon become billionaire. Yeah, okay. Brian complains about how much work directing actually involves. This is quite funny. Work shy Brian Cannon again, proving why without Brendan by his side, he's fucked in life in general.
On a farm, do sport. I'd have everything there.
Imagine telling your billionaire kid they have to work on a farm, though.
Yeah, it's good for.
Wait, Dad, why am I milking this cow?
Yeah, I'd be like, you're waking up in the morning. It's going to be that's your life.
Yeah, but Brian, you're gonna have to do it.
What?
Yeah, you're gonna have to do it. You got to set the example. Those kids ain't gonna do it unless you're doing it.
I'll set the example.
I'll
tend to my Jersey cows.
You ain't doing it.
I'm tending to my Jersey. My miniature Jersey cows.
Hey, Dad. Yeah. So on Monday you told us 8 a.m. and you slept into 10. So
okay. Well, I had sets the night before.
Right. I get that. So tomorrow, tomorrow we're gonna do it. And then tomorrow.
100%.
All right, Dad.
Tomorrow.
Again, you said 8 a.m. and you slept into 11.
By the way, when you're a farmer, it's 4 a.m.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now that's
I'm the one that told you that.
Way too fucking early.
You think you could be a farm guy, like off the grid dude?
Ask Brennan.
Could he?
All his animals. No, he'd forget.
4 a.m.
All of them would die.
But I love
it'd be
those
fun for the
cows.
first month because all the animals like, oh,
Look how
this is
cute
pretty
they
cool.
are.
And then he forgets about them. He's like, fuck, chickens need water? Since when?
But look how cute they are.
Yeah, Brian, you're a bit of like a Hollywood guy. That's like that would be like you could do a vacation on.
But I don't want to be, Brian. I want to be that guy. I want to be the farmer
Right.
with rough hands.
You see yourself as like, I could be the off
Yeah, mud on my boots.
And then once it comes, like 3 months in, he's like, fuck this.
I feel like that on tour sometimes, even when I'm in like, small cities, or maybe not cities, but like cities that don't feel like cities.
Yeah.
But you're there after like a week. I'm just like, the day one, I'm like, I could do this. Day 3, I'm like, what are we doing here?
Dude, I was in Indiana, in central Indiana.
It's the only one in town.
Yeah.
It gets so cold. You get those cowboys out there on horseback and like when it's 20 below, trying to herd the cattle together. Fucking no.
No, thank you.
I don't even like being a director. It's too much work.
Yeah.
I have to work out the shot list. You want me to be out there at 4 a.m. tending to my cattle?
It was so
Sounds like
sick.
mine didn't like work.
Yeah, that might be true too.
Like when you were directing, he was all excited that he got the gig, right? And then the week goes by, I go, dude, I check in. I'm like, how is he? Like, dude, it's so much work.
Once you have homework.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
But we
It's
got
like
a
you
good
get
problem.
assigned as the starting quarterback. Oh, dude, I can fucking play all the time now. You're like,
Yeah, everybody's
yeah, bud. That's what the fuck we do.
But I said the same thing about being an actor. On the set,
Yeah, getting used to
16-hour
like the
days, you're
work,
like, fuck, bro.
I'll tell you, I've said to most people when you hear like a celebrity or something, and you heard stories where they were a dick, and you're like. I think most people, you can go through life without being a dick.
Yeah.
Directing is like on a hectic thing is one of the only things where they go, this guy was yelling and screaming at everyone. And I'm like, I get it a little bit.
Yeah, it's like being
maybe
a
like
head
a coach. Yeah.
Like
I was
head
just going to say,
coach.
there's certain things
He
where I
yelled
get
at me. I'm like, that might have been week 4 and 2 days in camp. It's 100 degrees.
It was the
out.
only way to get what I
You guys
wanted.
keep fucking up. Yeah, he probably was like, hey,
I
there was
know,
no other way.
And I know what I want. And I know exactly what I want. So if you guys are doing a
Well, you weren't yelling and screaming.
No, I wasn't. But I'm saying that I'm going to be, if I'm not getting what I want, I'm going to figure out, like, and I'm getting resistance. That's probably where I'm going to get a little bit.
I can.
I don't know what's worse. Like, what's worse? Like, being like an older dude and being like Floyd Mayweather, or you're still obsessed with being like flashy and like show offy and very materialistic and shit, or is the worst thing this Brian like talking like he's just like big badass Street Fighter guy? It's like, dude, like, I mean, like, what the fuck's going on? Why are you turning like I'm doing? I don't know. It just seems strange. It just always has seemed strange to me because he seems very sincere here. Brian seemed very, very sincere about what he's offering for Janko, but it just falls flat. It's like, hold on, you got shoulder pads you want to give me? For real? Shoulder pads? It's like, what? That's cool. Hope this works. Hope it does. Oh, it does? Wow. Okay. Brilliant to hear, brilliant to see, brilliant to hear, brilliant to see. Let's go. They locked in. So let's see what's to say for the lock in. Pick up her. Kenny, yep, let's see what Brian said. Big up Brian. Nice there. Nothing going on with him. I should go down to press play. I didn't press play, that's why. Oopsie.
I can especially understand with like established directors. You know what I'm saying? Like if what's his name? Sheridan, who's directed all those fucking TV shows and movies and stuff, and he's hit after hit, and people keep giving like feedback. He's like, all right, motherfuckers, this is how we're doing it.
Yeah.
I know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
Get in line, dude.
You know it's that way?
And then they go off and they're like,
The sun's going down. We have 4 minutes.
Correct. And he's like, we got to get going.
Hey, you put the. Can you, like you have to.
And then that guy does an interview.
Chuck Lorre does that. If the network gives him notes, because he's been so successful.
crushing
he's like,
What's he do?
Look up Chuck
cowboy
Lorre's
shows, right?
He did 2.5 Men.
Oh, never mind. I was
He's
thinking of
made
the cowboy guy.
billions.
That was Sheridan. So
Sheridan, I was thinking.
He does.
Chuck Lorre's done all those shows.
Lorre's. I remember he was in the.
Like they're having 3 different conversations here, by the way.
So
Sheridan, I was thinking.
He does.
Chuck Lorre's done all those shows.
Lorre's. I remember he was in the fight with.
Look at all the shows he's done.
Jesus
like he's
Christ.
Big Bang Theory, 2.5 Men. He's crushing it. Young Sheldon.
Yeah, so big up to him if that advice is true. Big up him if that advice is true, which I doubt. Brian Cannon hates Charlie Sheen. Have you guys heard about this? Can you guys in stream chat let me know if there's any beef I missed out on? Allegedly, Brian Cannon hates Charlie Sheen. It's kind of caught me off guard. I'm not gonna lie, this kind of caught me off guard. This one kind of caught me off guard. Let's see, let's play this one. Yeah, not time to go back there anytime soon. Let's change. Why is it? Where is it? No, restores. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? They're switching it back? Yes, they do. Let's continue.
I'll tell you, I've said to you know, most people when you hear like a celebrity or something, and you go, you heard stories where they were a dick, and you're like, I think most people you can go through life without being a dick.
Yeah.
Directing is like on a hectic thing is one of the only things.
Hold on, whoops, wrong timestamp. Bear with me a second. 48:33, not 46:33. There you go.
Note are you giving me?
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, dude, good God, he has some big boys.
Oh yeah. Ran for 12 seasons. Highest rated sitcom in America.
But again, you won't see him at like fucking red carpets and trying to be famous and all this shit. The dude's set. He's like, I'm good.
He was the guy that was in the fight with Charlie Sheen, if you remember.
Yeah, and you know who won that fight? Chuck Lorre.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen's an a-hole.
Well, he's probably under the influence too at the time.
Yeah, whatever.
Wow. You guys heard about that? Look at the animosity. Charlie Sheen's an asshole. When Brendan Flatback said, yeah, he probably was under the influence, so, you know, don't judge him too harshly. He's spinning your accent, yeah, whatever. Grabs like it's a crepe. Honestly. How fast be that quick? Hey, what can you do? Not much with that one other hand, but still, she's fucking powerful. Let's check it out.
But yeah, it can be a hectic situation but most people, it was, you know, you didn't need to yell at people.
Well, didn't the homeboy get in trouble? He was Batman, but he was on set for something. Remember, they got video. He was.
There's a lot of those hot mic situations.
Christian Bell.
Christian Bell. Yeah. But then when you hear why, like the guy was just being an idiot, and he kept walking through a scene like several times before.
Anyway, enough of that. I want just maybe I'll give it a little think, but I'm wondering where the fuck the Charlie Sheen beef comes from, or maybe did Sheen say something when Brian got cancelled? Maybe just that's it. That's his revenge. That's his fucking cross to bear. I don't know, but interesting. Okay, we did that one. What's here? Big Brown Breakdown. We'll do it in a minute. What else we got here? Back with me a sec. Where are you, Toad? Are you back here? Oh, Toad, there you go, mate. There you are. There you go. Come on now, there we go. Get on this fresh area. Informative, yep, pick up her. Let's do this. Everyone on the crew's getting excited about it. Nice to see. I'm also got some promo material. Been speaking topic in general about music he's producing is Wagwan. Wagwan G is hilarious. Mama 2 homework is hilarious. Jesus Christ, man. Okay, cool. Makes a lot of sense. Let's continue. Oops. Forgot. No, off there, didn't I? Bloody hell. But we're back. We're back.
Or that, and then someone was like, "Oh, he's about to blow."
Yeah.
And they filmed that one thing, and then obviously Christian Bale's not going to defend himself, so he just gets annihilated online. And then you hear from the other people on the set, where like, well, actually, that fucking guy kept walking through that. He got yelled at several times.
You never
and finally,
do that.
Christian Bale was like, "Yo, motherfucker! Like this is the 7th take. I gotta cry.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck are you doing?" People are like, "Oh, Christian."
What you say? I gotta cry.
Like this is the 7th take. I gotta cry.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck are you doing? People are like, "Oh."
Yeah, pick up casual.
AZ tired lol.
Yeah, no, we're gonna continue going. I'm fine. I need to. I mean, I've been in bed too long, man. I've been in bed too long. This place. Jesus Christ. By the way, he's really going hard with his team, isn't it? Are they good? I think it's what is it? It's a little league. Oh no, I saw it. Is it Lake Travis? It's a smaller team. Are they like super trendy or something? Or because he just lives there or near there? He's been riding them hard, isn't he? He's got so many of these hats. Different styles. He's got tops to jerseys. He's going hard on them. Must be the fucking #1 customer.
Fucker. Like this is the 7th take. I gotta cry.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck are you doing? People are like, "Oh, Chris." Like this is the 7th take. I gotta cry.
Yeah.
Like what?
Just doesn't care about not pronouncing stuff properly, isn't it? It's just the mush mouth nature of it is just interesting to me. It's like a form of verbal arrogance. It's like a form of verbal audio arrogance.
Christian Bale was like, "Yo, motherfucker! Like this is the 7th take. I gotta cry."
Yeah.
Like,
I gotta cry. What? It's so weird. So weird. Alright, we did that one. Oh yeah, and we're gonna do current events with them together. 57, right? Let's do current events with them together because I've not done these. Let's do current events with them.
like a superstar, but he's fine. And if you look at the Lakers now, it's all Europeans and white guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Again with this like race stuff, like is he gonna, like, again, maybe I'm just not plugged into, maybe because I don't watch basketball, I don't know, but is this a conversation people are having like on basketball Twitter? Are people talking about this? Oh my god, like look at the Lakers. Now LeBron says he's not staying at the Lakers. We've just noticed how white it is now. Like what? Like what the fuck is this? Like, it's just a weird thing to observe, but I guess when you're doing the whole right wing grift, you kind of have to observe and make an observation of the fact that wild animals kill, eat, God, blah 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 blah. I think so. I think that's what I'm doing right now. It's just a funny lad, isn't it? He's a real funny lad. That guy. He's a real funny lad. Okay.
How old is LeBron now?
41.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nice birthday there, by the way.
Okay.
Nice birthday there.
Alrighty.
I've never seen New York the way that like when the Knicks won. That was craziest I've ever seen.
Were you
any
there
city.
when they won?
Yeah. I was there in Toronto when the Raptors won too, and it was not even in the ballpark.
There's been so many bad years for them. It's like in New York's a basketball city. It was such a big deal. It was a bummer to see like some of the New York citizens like stealing the trash cans and fucking things up. It's just like,
you're gonna have some of that. You know what I mean? I mean, I've seen there's been riots.
It's an interesting thing Brendan's doing, and it's really interesting because it's like, just like, is this how easy it is to be to say just say a Republican or say what you're really trying to say. He's always making observations about race, always talking about how white he is. Now he's mentioning, oh, how the citizens on New, like, who are you talking about? Which citizens? What do they look like? Number of attempts to fight him. You know what I mean? I wasn't being ghetto or being classy. And then as soon as somebody kind of mocks her for trying to be classy, she wants to try and fucking crash out and kick someone with a baby in their belly. It's like, Jesus, man. Everybody in that package just, you know, you watch them too much, you start thinking they're going to infect you. You know what I mean? They're gonna be left like a hollow shell of a person, just begging for tips and being an absolute cunt. So let's hope not. Let's hope not.
Like, you know, when in Vancouver,
yeah,
I think they lost like a game 7 and burned the city down.
That's right.
But in New York in general also is like a subway town. So other cities, it's like people drive into the city more.
Yeah.
Whereas like New York was the perfect storm for it. It was just like a party like I've never seen before.
But it's so
Really? On the street?
Do you have any friends who are like, oh God, the next one, I'm gonna fuck this city up? You're like,
if they
what?
lost.
Yeah, if they lost, like,
Turn
yes.
some fucking
But,
cars
oh
on.
man, they fucking won. Let's go fuck some people up or fuck this city up. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, they won. What? This is a losing
Why are you setting the trash can on fire, man? We won.
The woman who stole the trash can is the funniest one.
Yeah,
she,
the DI person.
Yeah, she was like the JP Morgan DI exec,
really?
and then she got this viral video of her trying to steal the Knicks trash can.
And her body style too is kind of like
her body style. Big up Chin with a woke description there.
Trying to steal the Knicks trash can.
And her body style too is kind of like.
Because it was like a special trash.
Did you say her body style?
They made
the description of calling her fat. She has an interesting body style.
So she's stealing that trash can.
She's obviously obese, but like even like the structure of her body was when she was walking away,
like a pear.
Why was she stealing the
hamburger?
Like it's very like.
Yeah, because
she wants
trash. Because a Knicks trash can,
and you could have bought it online for like pretty cheap. I forgot what it was, but yeah, she lost a great job. Easy.
Oh, love a mob.
JP Morgan fired her.
Yeah.
Sure.
Ooh.
I don't get how I do. Even though I'm not on.
Doing that on camera is kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. Be a bit more discreet. She would have been a bit more discreet. She would have probably gotten away with it. But doing it on camera the way that she did it, then smiling on the she's doing too much. She's doing too much. She probably should just kept it in a box. You know what I mean, box fresh, unopened trash can.
Her side, I don't understand why you get fired for that.
Because you just can't be doing that shit.
Maybe she was like
spill trash everywhere like an asshole and just walk away.
That's the part that was the
Yeah,
worst.
but that's
of it,
not really
kind of an
boss's
asshole.
business, and
But it's just shitty. Yeah, that's.
But maybe she was like on the bubble. They were looking for really get rid of
They've been
her.
trying to get
And
rid
then
of that
someone's
DEI
like, hey,
department.
Did you see fucking Rebecca stole that trash can? He's like, that's it.
But the problem is, then she sues.
also wearing
She might
high-heeled
win her
sneakers.
lawsuit.
Maybe.
It's like you can't sue me because I did something else.
Jesus Christ! What the fuck is this show? Honestly, let's switch around. What the fuck is this? Let's do a little some videos. So I can't do that no more. Let's do a little bit of Big Brown Breakdown. Episode number 7.
Oh,
Live, by the way, live.
I apologize to everybody waiting. I am fresh off the gym with my 2 kiddos. We got there early. Got there at 9:30. I was like, all right, guys, we got about an hour of work, and then I'll drop you guys off. Get to work. Get to the studio. And they saw some deadlift record on the wall. Like, Dad, it's 58 pounds, a lot of weight. I went, it's not bad. And like, I bet you can't do it. I'm like, fellas, the workout's over. Please don't do this to your dad. I said, I bet you can't do it. I said, not only can I do it, but I don't need to warm up.
Wow. Fair play.
I end up doing it. My back is very tight now. Very tight.
Probably a lie.
So that's why I'm late. I apologize. You can see on my Instagram story, I was making those boys end the workout with farmer's carry.
Let's see that. Actually, did that happen? Yeah, I've got a thing in it, right? I can definitely check that. Let's see if there's that. So I guess he's taking his kids. I guess the coaching from all those fancy people's ended because he probably can't afford it. So now he's probably taking his kids out and doing his own training with them. Let's see, where is it? US fans. Wait, okay, there. Oh, Jesus, he actually is. He's not lying.
Spirit. Let's go, big cat. Let's go, T-Bone. Let's go, bossy boy.
How are you right?
He calls Tiger Big Cat. Isn't Big Cat the name of that guy from Barstool Sports? Or am I bugging out? Did he purposely call his kid Big Cat to match the kid from Barstool, the guy from Barstool Sports, or is that just his loving way of describing his son, Tiger? Big Cat.
Come on, boss. Let's go, T-Bone. Let's go, T-Bone. Come on.
I don't have a problem with it, actually. Don't have a problem with it too much with what he's doing there with his kids, but it is kind of funny, like, you know, the paying of the personal trainers and all those experts with batting and whatever is definitely gone, you know. Those days are definitely over. It's definitely back to the grind of just playing and having your dad kind of like, you know, shout at you on the way home, especially if you lost. That's what it kind of feels like at this time. Let's see here. It has come to our attention. What's this? Okay, cool. I don't know. This is some fucking dumb thing there. What's this? Him hitting pads, I guess, on his Instagram. Oh, that he definitely took that one with him. So I think this must be a big sponsor because he made sure to bring this with him to his new crib. Because that's a new crib, right? So he definitely brought this to a new crib. I think this is a new sponsor. It feels like it.
I don't go to bars, I don't go to parties, I don't go to kickbacks, I don't go to none of that.
Okay.
Or if I'm going to work. Some people call my life boring. Me personally,
Well. Okay, someone saying here, if Schaub was fighting today, he would 100% be top 5 in the UFC. The heavyweight division was full of absolute killers and Schaub was top 10. Anyone who disagrees with this, don't know ball. Come on, brother. He ain't lying. Okay. I don't think that's true, by the way. Toe hold. What's that? Toe hold flip flops. Can clean up that footwork. Brian Callen says to him. Sean Spencer saying that the man's still got it. Don't know. Don't know if hitting a stationary bag is still sign that you still got it, but hey, I just want to see him do an influencer. I'm surprised he hasn't got involved. I want to see him do an influence, especially with lacking of money and shit. Because it'd be interesting to see where his skill sets actually lie. For me, I think it's probably low because he doesn't really train that much. He doesn't like it too much. So, but yeah, I'm curious to see what happens when he does go into a ring and try fight someone again. But I don't think hitting this smart heavy bag thing is a good indicator of it. But what do I know? Absolutely nothing. So what's up in here? Cool. The rest of it we done, right? The rest of it we done. What's this about? Okay, so come on now. Let's fucking go. Can you not hear that now? Come on, there you go. How are you? Okay, one more time. Oh shit, my bad. Fuck.
Get ready. Oh my.
It says the caption says Steve Owen of Texas. Jumanji never ends here. Hashtag the Schaubs is crazy, by the way. Big up Joanna. Hashtag the Schaubs. This hashtag might be the worst one yet. That might be the worst hashtag in the history of them together. Or in the history of the internet. Hashtag the Schaubs is crazy. I guess he killed it, right? Some tarantula. They didn't need to kill, but hey, I guess he did it. That's the most important thing. Oh yeah, I want to check this out quickly, right? Before we get into the comedy stuff, because this kid, look at the series of fucking thumbnails. I find this really kind of funny in a way, and sad for him, but it's also, you know, clear example of what's happened living in London. This guy called Moses LDN. Look at his thumbnails. I bought a new Porsche in London. Then My new Porsche got stolen. Then, living a humble life in London, him on a train. It's just funny how it all kind of played out. I'm curious to see where he bought it and how it got stolen. So let me quickly check this one, where he bought it. I think it's just what is it? Is it? Oh, it's not a Lambo actually. It's a regular. I guess it's a, what's that Porsche the SUV? Is it a Cayenne? Is it a Cayenne? I think that's the SUV version, right?
Back in London, you know what I mean? At this point, guys, I don't even know where my head is at because I'm just literally up, down, left, right. Like a few weeks ago, I was in Iceland. Then I was in Amsterdam for a little bit, came back to London, went to America for 2 weeks, hung out with Dice, Chas, Erno, Boise, Mo, all my loved ones in America. Then I just came back like 2 days ago, like even less than 2 days ago, like a day and a half ago. And I just kind of decided I wanted to switch up my car. I've had Mercedes for like the past, I don't know, like maybe like 7, 8 years now. I had Mercedes. I started from an A-Class. That was my first ever Mercedes, and then I had a C-Class. I've also had a GLA. I don't have a driving license, but I have a really nice bicycle. E-Class. I've had a GLC. I've had different type of GLC. I've had the old GLC, the GLC new model. I've had an AMG. Just listen, I'm tired of Mercedes. So we are at European Prestige. I'm here to look at a luxury car.
So what did you get?
It's actually opened. Ooh.
What did you get?
Wouldn't it be crazy if I just bought a Lambo?
What did you
I'm
get?
seeing here is Mercedes. Mercedes rule the world.
Literally.
They're like,
I haven't seen, they don't really have that much BMs.
Yeah, the UK than the US. Just asked them to bring me the black Porsche Macan, which is this. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Oh, so there's two. There's a Macan and a Cayenne, right?
What do you think, Dan?
This darker version is better than that other one there.
This is a nice.
This is a Cayenne.
Just in terms of looks, again, I'm not like the biggest car guy in the world, but just in terms of looks, I don't like the Porsche SUV. I think the Porsche, you just have to get it as a regular Porsche. I don't think Porsches look good as SUV. You know, I think the other brands I figured it out. But I'm not the biggest fan of the Porsche SUV looks. Looks a bit weird.
Do you have a gun?
Thoughts on England versus Mexico? Prediction?
I can't say this because I've got to be patriotic, but I can see Mexico winning, man. I can see Mexico winning. That energy they have, they're not that great quality, but they might overwhelm us with the energy. They haven't really got that much quality, but they might overwhelm us with the energy. The fucking tracking back, the pressing on the ball. If they could finish their chances, if Mexico could finish all of their chances and be clinical in front of goal, they could win. If they waste opportunities and they have us on the ropes for like 30 minutes and then they kind of like concede, they're fucked. You know? But yeah, keep an eye out. That's a really good one, actually. It's going to be a really good game. So anyway, I want to see what happened to this kid. Let me just fast forward a little bit because I want to see how it got stolen.
So the engine size is 2.0, so it's not a massive engine, which means I can get cheap insurance and I can also fuel my car up a piece. Do you know what? Yeah, I really do like this. I think this gives more of a mature vibe. You guys can see I got the Apple Watch on today. We're not doing anything flashy no more. There's no Rolex in the car. This is an Apple Watch type of car. I like this, you know.
He thinks that car's not flashy. Bless him, man. Bless him. That's a good life to live, though. That's a good life to live. Bless this guy for thinking this Porsche SUV is not flashy. It's like, brother, Apple Watch is not flashy.
I don't know. I kind of feel like it gives, even with the all black that I'm wearing, everything's just kind of like matching. I feel like if I get this, I'd have to tint the windows really, 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 really dark.
Really?
Yes, because the car is black. I need everything to be like shadowy. I get the calipers like yellow to match the logo, even though the logo is like gold.
The car class anyways.
Yeah, it's nice. Like, but you're not saying much. I don't think you're as excited. 33,000 mileage.
Do you actually want to buy it?
What do you think?
It's good though, I swear, because you know what the main thing is, like, you know when we're always driving and stuff, we just need a cheap car to go around with. I'm sorry, not cheap, like a car that doesn't take that much fuel.
Yeah. This car costs,
and this is actually, I didn't know, now in my head I thought this would take more fuel than the AMG because
no, because it costs more. No. This car's more expensive, but the engine size is smaller.
Wait, we even have the
So we got a wider pan roof.
Okay, cool. So I want to see how did it get stolen? Did someone copy his key fob, or did they just break through the garage? I'm curious to see how it got stolen.
What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, it's gonna be one of these sit-down videos. I've got some bad news for you guys, and also for myself. It's a bit of a story time, and it's also a bit of a life lesson, I guess. I don't know.
What? Too much flexing? Too much flexing, probably, huh? Too much flexing.
But essentially, I guess like 2 weeks ago or a few weeks ago, you guys were congratulating me on a new car, on the Porsche that I bought. That was my first time buying a Porsche. That was my first time deviating from Mercedes. And that video got a lot of numbers. It got a lot of love. I was so happy that I got to share that with you guys. But unfortunately, I no longer have that car.
Damn.
And I just want to quickly clear this because I think some people...
By the way, does it really suck? It must suck a lot when your car gets stolen, innit? Forget even if you've got a fancy car. I wonder what's worse, getting your house robbed or getting your car stolen? Like you go to where it's usually parked, where your driveway or something, and it's just not there. Is that a worse feeling than knowing someone's been in your house and robbed something, like a laptop or something? What's worse? Getting your entire car stolen or someone coming to your house and robbing with electronics? What's worse, actually?
Take certain creators and influencers as a joke, and I know some people probably, because I had some people try to ask me like, yo, are you sure you didn't really actually own the car? You just bought it, you just pretending you bought it just so you can now say you lost it. That's not the case, okay? I'll give you guys a quick little rundown of why I sold the car in the first place, why I changed my car in the first place, and why I got the Porsche, and everything that went down, how I lost it, what's happening right now. I'm going to unveil everything in this video. I actually didn't want to do this video, but one of my good friends advised me on obviously putting it out there, just in case anyone else has dealt with something like this who can give me advice, because I'm still dealing with the situation right now. I haven't found the car yet. And just also to be...
Will he find the car? That's the problem. Will he find it? Is that even likely? Or is it already been stripped? Or is it already on the fucking cargo? Or is it already in a cargo container somewhere? A shipping container in on the Strait of Hormuz. Can that car be actually found? Is it even possible?
Able to, if I can celebrate with you guys, I can also be upset with you guys. If that makes sense. So I'm not doing this for clout or anything like that. I just kind of wanted to.
Come on, get to a point. Get to a point.
But I didn't know the maintenance that came with a car that's a 3-litre engine and above. So petrol was very much expensive, and I do a lot of long drives. I don't just drive to the gym and back home. I be going to the Midlands to see people. And I don't even live in London. I live like a bit outside of London. So whenever I drive to London, it's always a distance. So petrol was eating me up. On top of that, insurance was really, really hard. Like I had insurance the year before. So I had that car for a year. Then what happened was when it finished and it was time to renew, the price nearly doubled. And it's crazy because I never claimed, I didn't do anything. So I don't know why my
insurance doubled after a year.
Insurance doubled. So when that happened, I was like, do you know what? Maybe I need to get rid of this car and get a smaller engine car that's still as luxurious and just kind of change it up. So whenever it's time for me to sell a car, I always decide I'm gonna just sell it and then buy a new car. But for some very strange reason, I was struggling to sell this car. I think it's because of the price, the economy that we're currently in right now. A lot of people don't want to be spending 35 grand and above on a car. So I really struggled to sell the car. I had it listed up on Auto Trader for at least 6 months, like nobody was purchasing it. But I wasn't really in a rush because I was traveling and I was still driving it with, temporary insurance here and there. I knew that I had to get rid of the car. So essentially I was like, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to part exchange and I'm going to add money on top. I looked at a lot of dealerships and I just...
Get to the point, bro. Jesus Christ.
Basically sell it for you and then they basically take their percentage. So I think the car that I bought was owned by somebody else, but he gave it to the dealership. You get the point. Cool. So I had the car for about a week. I did temporary insurance on the car because
oh my god,
issues. I had no.
Yo, I forgot how these YouTubers are with their fucking long-winded stories. Can you get to the point? How did the car get stolen? Please.
Like I didn't have to I didn't have to service it or anything. Everything was fresh.
Oh my
god. In my car, I had an air tag in my car. texted Jed. I'm like, yo, how far? He's like, and that happened smoothly. Jed arrived, took the car, went back to my house, parked it up where I normally park up my car in my house, and Jed was staying in my apartment till I got back. Everything was fine. The day that I landed, I told him that's what time I was going to get there, and he was supposed to come and pick me up from the airport. So he had the car a few hours before, parked at my garage. Then when I landed, it's so funny because this whole day doesn't even make sense to me in my head. So when I landed, I texted Jed. I'm like, yo, how far? He's like, your car's missing. I'm like, what? Obviously, we play around a lot.
Jesus
I thought he was joking around with me, especially because I just not pranked, but especially because I surprised him in Houston, a few weeks before that. I thought maybe he's trying to do something back. Your car's missing. I'm like, what do you mean? He said, I've gone downstairs and your car's gone.
Is it the only thing worse than your car getting stolen is you finding out your car got stolen and you've just arrived back to the country, like on your way back home, at the end of your holiday? That might be the only thing worse. Your friend telling you as you've just landed and got network back on or signal back on your phone, all your friends text are like, basically, yeah, happy birthday, and someone's like, oh no, next day.
I couldn't even believe it. I'm like, what do you mean my car's gone? He said, yeah, like, I call him. He said, hold on, I'm on the phone to the police. I'm like, whoa, like, this guy is not lying. I'm still in disbelief, you feel me? But then I remembered I had a tracker in my car. I had an air tag in my car. So
good boy.
I go on my phone and I'm seeing my car rapidly move from my house all the way to the A2, the motorway.
Oh,
like
no.
When I say I can see it speeding,
Oh,
like AirTag usually
no.
doesn't update that fast. This shit was updating so fast. Right?
Damn.
So I was just seeing it move and I'm telling guys to tell the police it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here. But you know how the police moves. Obviously, this is not an emergency for them. They're not even sending anyone to like chase after it until it's been logged. I don't know. They were just moving so slow. So I'm now believing it's real. I'm scared. I'm upset. But I'm trying to still be optimistic because I can still track it. Eventually, the tracker stops in one place. It stops in this area in East London and there's a mechanic right next to it. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe they've hidden it inside of that mechanic garage or something like that. So obviously that's going to pick me up from the airport anymore. I had to figure out my way. One of my boys came to pick me up. Bear in mind, I'm so tired because my flight was really late. I'm so tired. I was supposed to go home and sleep. I couldn't. I had to go straight to where the tracker was. I've gone there. I'm still discussing with the police like, yo, come here. They're not really trying to pull up until it's been fully filed because my car got stolen in a different region of where I live. And the car now ended up in London, so I had to move the case to the
Oh,
London
Jesus
police.
Christ,
Police,
man!
They did not help me at all. So, boom! I get to the location now. Before I got to the location, one of my boys was already at the location. He said he couldn't see my car.
Fuck!
I get there. I'm looking everywhere for the AirTag. I can't find the car. But there's a garage that's fully gated.
Yeah.
So I've hopped over the gates. No, I've not jumped over to the garage. I've just hopped to look.
Yeah.
But I can't see my car. And I'm like,
Damn.
bro, because it's really, really dark. Bear in mind, it's like 2 a.m. now. So I'm thinking, and we're hearing some noise. We couldn't hear if they were working on the car. Like, I was so scared that some of my friends were saying things like, oh, they might be chopping up the car right now.
Yeah.
They might be doing this. And I'm just, so many things going through my head. I'm calling the police. Eventually, the police pulls up and they start banging on the garage door.
No,
they're not really
nothing.
doing much.
Yeah.
So they were like, we can't really do anything. Like, we can't barge in, we can't force entry because even though your tracker is saying the car is in there, we can't do anything unless we have a permit.
Of course.
So I'm like, okay, so what can you do? They just said, well, we can just make a note on the system and, come back in the morning when it's open. And I'm like, by then the car would have been chopped up. I'm scared. I'm like, no, this can't run. So they're sorry that's the most they can do. So I said, okay, I'm going to sleep here. I'm going to stay here. And I'm going to sleep here. But the thing is, that was my plan before. But the friends that was with me, I felt so guilty because they had nothing to do with them. And I'm like, I'm not about to make you guys stay here with me. So eventually I left. Funny enough, the tracker still shows that the car is still there. So basically they found the tracker and they just dashed it there. Cool. So I've gone back home now and...
if your car got stolen, surely the friends that you were with should have just left you to just, you know, exhaust every single option out there to forget it and then link up with them later. You shouldn't. I mean, your friends shouldn't have, like. I get your friends being bored because they envisioned another night for you. They didn't, think they were gonna join some fucking car chase. But if they're your friends and they want you to get your car back, they'll be like, no, don't worry about us. You go up and find it and then come back when you're ready. I mean, or let us know. I mean, simple as that, really. But I want to know how they stole it. Like, actually, did they just copy the key fob? Like, because usually those cars are quite hard to steal, innit? Newer cars, they're quite hard to just like steal off of someone's driveway. I want to know how they did it. Like, did they hack something? Was it like did they blackmail the guy? Did they, you know what I mean? What did they do? What did they do to actually open that bank, that safe? I wonder what they did.
I just don't know what to do. I got Uber day 2. I'm still in disbelief. Like, raw. Like, my car actually got stolen. I'm waiting for Dad to tell me it's a joke. It's not a joke. So cool. Now I'm thinking my only bet is to contact the insurance. The fucked up thing was, like I said, the insurance started on the day it was stolen. So the insurance started at 12 a.m. that day. The car got stolen at 10 p.m. The problem is, insurance are still liable to whatever happens as long as you're insured, even if it's a minute before or a minute after, sorry, it doesn't matter. But it's just more of a situation of extra checks and, it takes a lot longer because of the fact that it just happened. So obviously, I've spoken to them. They said that they're gonna obviously look into it. They asked me for so many evidence, and they're asking me for obviously proof of ownership, which is crazy because I still haven't received the proof of ownership, which is another dodgy thing that I still don't really know what's going on. And if anyone in the comments knows why DVLA are asking me for extra details like pictures of the VIN number and so on and so forth before they give me the logbook, please let me know in the comment section. And it's also messed up because I actually can't even take pictures of these things that they're asking for because the car's been stolen. It's just like, so technically I don't own the car. I do, but it's not my name. And technically insurance needs that to pay me out. So it's just a very, very messed up situation. Like I actually don't know how to maneuver in this situation. Like I actually don't know what to do.
So yeah. Gosh, I guess, tears for this kid, man. He didn't really tell us anything. It went on and on and on for nothing, really. I feel like I wasted my time, really, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. He got me. Really good YouTuber, by the way. You can tell by the views. 38,000 views, and he hardly really said anything. He really hardly said anything. Kept going around in circles, being very vague. Didn't really get any deals to how it got stolen or what. We don't know anything. So yeah, it is what it is. But I hope he gets his car back. One second, let's continue. Bill Burr's cringiest podcast yet. Big up Retroactive.
Retroactive.
And have you ever had any scares?
Yeah, like a month ago, I was flying and my alternator light came on.
What you just described with the helicopter, I feel like other than stand-up comedy is your second biggest fear. Like there have been times where he's like, I need you to be on this plane with me because I refuse to be the only person on this plane. That's like Shaq's sorry, I didn't mean to air you out like that.
No, but I understand that. I totally get it. But like the more you learn about it, you actually like it's ridiculously safe.
Telling Kobe Bryant's ex-teammate that helicopters are super safe, right after saying you just had a scare a month ago, and it's Shaq's biggest fear.
Jesus Christ, bro. No, I think the Shaq's biggest fear the manager was talking about was the fact that he doesn't like to fly alone. Because I guess Shaq flies so often that sometimes you get on a flight and no one would be on it. So he doesn't want to be on a flight by himself. Cool. But in general, yes, it is kind of, sad and interesting how all these stories are kind of linked. R.I.P. Oliver Tree.
Alone this podcast coming out 10 days after Oliver Tree's horribly sad passing. Bill Burr's brain just isn't the same Bill everyone once loved. I guess he just doesn't want to admit to himself that his hobby isn't that safe. I'm sure Burr would argue cars are more dangerous, but
it's the amount of times I've flown, landed safely, everything was fine, and then I get in the car and I just see something crazy like...
Not when you scale the numbers up, factoring in exposure bias. Barely anybody owns a helicopter, and rarely rides in them, compared to most other forms of travel. Statistically, it's a lot less safe than travel on the ground or commercial planes, but somehow it gets worse.
You don't think Earth is flat?
Huh?
What? I'll just ask the question.
What is the advantage the people in power have, that if it's actually flat, I'm thinking it's round. Like, what does that get them?
I don't know. I just
I get the other things.
Bill, can't you just Google why people think X theory and realize, it's always the same two things: greed and aliens. Hidden land they're hiding from the paws is what the theory suggests. Let's just bring it back to Oliver Tree, the guy who spent a year in Antarctica and oozes satire and irony. He'll clear it up for us all.
Behind me, you can see one of 17 alien-based caves, which enters into what we are almost 99% sure is the entry point to Agartha, the Hollow Earth. Lizard-like beings. Today, this so-called Hollow Earth, aka Agartha, is rumored to be a preferred vacation destination for the global elites. This is something that has kept me in Antarctica because I want to know more. And without the proper military support, I can't go deeper into this because this is NATO territory. It's been closed off. I'm so sick of the government hiding what's really going on here in Antarctica.
One time I took a 25-hour flight, and I stayed up the whole time looking out the window.
Jesus
just
Christ.
to make sure. 25 hours.
You know, this I forgot.
Well, you know what? When you fly, they're phasing these things out because they have newer technology. But when you fly like instrument, they have these things on the ground called VORs, and that's how you if you're in the clouds or above them or wherever, how you get from point to point without messing up. And if you're too far away, if you're at a lower altitude, you can't get the signal.
He's not reading. I don't know. He's not reading the room too well, innit? I'm not too sure if Shaq's even thinking about Kobe in this situation, but still, it's a bit of a weird thing to be talking about. I do understand what Retroactive is talking about. You know what I mean? Like, your best friend died in one of the most horrific, helicopter crashes of all time, or in recent memory. The whole world in fucking stopped, So it's just kind of crazy how it got turned into like a big Star Wars meme thing. It's like, come on, guys, let's be for real. Let's be for real.
Because
instead of realizing Shaq is trolling, Burr doubles down on explaining why he's wrong by pulling out his pilot nerd hat. I guess Shaq is the comedian now. Incredible. How the turntables.
Yes.
Why'd you call me a 9-foot on Saturday Night Live?
Why'd I call you a what?
9-foot. Call me a 9-foot.
9-foot, because you were selling Buicks like I was dumb enough to think you drive one of those things.
I have one. Adam, you told him I have a Buick?
I cannot confirm or deny.
Going at Shaq for having sponsor money when you're the only guy in comedy whose comment section has turned on them more than Rogan's. Oof, the irony is thick. Rogan at least has big guests on, which completely cleans up the top comments from his usual criticisms. Burr instead, for a good 10 months now, has his loyal fan base there, upload after upload, dunking on him. Their consistency is really something. I wonder what set that off. Even if we put all of that aside, the guy's sets just aren't as good as they once were. I bet he thought it would have blown over by now, but each time he addresses it, he blames things like bots. Probably the worst strategy you could go with. And it really is all actual once upon a time big fans. A year ago or so, there wasn't a negative comment to be found. Well, I know there's the Dave Chappelle clone theory that allegedly came from his cousin, but boy, if anyone's clone is malfunctioning, it's old Billy Boy.
In Underwood, this is where they found Pete Davidson's dad in the 9/11 towers. And I was
Jesus
like, damn,
Christ.
that was kind of harsh. But he enjoyed the joke. Would you enjoy that joke?
I would say this, how I grew up roasting was, I wouldn't roast somebody that I didn't know. I would only roast somebody that I loved and respected. So whatever I said, you would feel that. And like, I would, like I love Kev. So if I was on that thing, I would have just talked about this Netflix brunch that he hosted.
Bill only roasts people he loves and respects. Jesus, what did they do with Bill Burr? Can you find him and bring him back? It's like an ironic parody or an imposter at this point. The host even mentions Philly not long after this.
Just going after, who's selling tickets,
And the only thing he really shit on is the city of Philadelphia. But
I only did that night.
I know. Can I actually have, so I'm from that area. So
Jack, what's that one thing in your career that everybody brings up?
It's that, I know.
Fucking free throws.
Yeah, free throws.
All right, this is my free throw.
Oh, my bad. It was only one night he did that. Yeah, Bill, you're very well known for that night because it embodied your act. Angry, cutting observations about people in the world, no care factor for who was offended. I'm all for maturation, but damn, it's like the bull got neutered, and now it doesn't want to run at anything unless it loves and respects it.
Something, Nick. I mean, I'm not in the business of on other comedians, but
I don't like this thing about Bill being. Did he? I feel like he was getting to this place eventually anyway with all the therapy he was doing. No, if you listen to Bill's podcast, he's been really, especially for the last 5 years, he's been trying really hard to fix parts of his personality that he thought were toxic and were turning people away, like his wife and other friends. So he committed to going to therapy, not missing sessions, and just really bearing it all. Hopefully that would help to kind of calm his nerve, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, yeah, you're right. This little moment right here wasn't really normal on my end of things, you know. And I think, yeah, Bill's the same in that regard. But I just think I think it's less to do with Bill Burr's quote unquote black wife neutering him, right, and more to do with Bill Burr just being a bit, you know, just being a chill dude, basically. A chill dude that can play, you know, various positions across the pitch and help his team out still. So big up him. Big up him. This might be one of those pre-assist things. Is in the box. Anything? Come on, motherfuckers. Probably not. Oh yeah. Alright, cool. Big up Bill Burr though. Good to see him. Big up Bill Burr. Good to see him anyway. Let's continue. We got the edit page drop on mine. Big already. Big brown breakdown. We'll do it later. American Reader. That's one. Let's do American Reader. Tony Hinchcliffe sieves over his haters. That's what I want to watch. This. I really want to watch this one.
So
big up American Reader.
For them to for people to nitpick. So, you know, for people to nitpick that joke and be offended, and it's funny because it was a lot of comedians, a lot of black comedians were like, I'm upset about this. You know,
the comics that are doing it, almost all of them don't have good careers. No, all of them.
Right.
None of them have like impressive career, especially compared to their contemporaries that are doing well. And then on top of it, they're all mentally ill. They're all people that are fucking filled up with pharmaceuticals and they're going to therapy. They're like literally mentally ill, and they're online talking about fascists.
Right.
You know, like stop. Like get your shit together. Your opinion is not that valuable to people because they know that you're fucked up. Do you not understand that?
Right.
Like the way you view the world is it's not a healthy, balanced perspective. Like you're viewing the world in this like mentally ill lens.
Well, the whole online thing doesn't even convert to sold tickets or a bigger thing.
All right, so it looks like the two most unfunny comedians to ever grace the stage, aka Joe Rogan and Tony Hinchcliffe, just had quite possibly the most massive coping session over their haters yesterday on Joe Rogan's podcast, as these two guys spent nearly 3 hours convincing themselves that everyone criticizing them is just jealous, miserable, and too stupid to understand comedy. While conveniently ignoring just how objectively terrible their official stand-up comedy specials generally are.
Black men love eating chicken.
I mean, they didn't even talk about Tony Hinchcliffe's nuclear warhead of a comedy special, Man of the People, even once during the entire episode, which is honestly the biggest sign that it completely bombed. Because if Tony Hinchcliffe had been proud of it, they would have spent the entire episode celebrating it, but there wasn't even a single second of them acknowledging it. And at first, I honestly gave them the benefit of the doubt for this, as sometimes these podcasts are recorded weeks before they're actually published, but being that they were talking about the White House UFC card, which happened a week after that special was released, it really just proves that Tony probably requested that they don't even mention it. So it's just so ironic how these two hacks are complaining.
Would Rogan do? Yeah, I think Rogan would do that for him. I could definitely, you know, Shafir, whatever his fucking name is, the Lamine mouth. So I could definitely see him trying to stick it on, or maybe not. Who knows? But yeah, there's just a little leak there. Interesting little leaky there. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Yeah. Come on, bro. With a little mama. Big one. Bigger one, little mama. Yeah. Okay, no funding to anything, okay? So again.
about people not understanding their genius levels of comedy when Tony himself knows that his special was an utter disaster. He even mentioned on Kill Tony that he knew it bombed.
Seen a few of those reviews this week. By the way, had to make some edits thanks to our friends over at Netflix, and gave myself a little joke book after my special release this week. So, f*** all of you. I hate you. I'm an artist that takes incredible risks.
It's just, I don't know. I just don't know why he doesn't do the same comedy he does when he's on stage doing these performances, put it on the fucking stage show. But I guess that's really hard to do. I guess that's a really hard thing to do, is to take those melodies from one and put it on another and then figure it out, you know? That's probably the hardest thing to figure out. Oh, of course, the matching on the beat as well with the vocals. Let's get rid of the metronome here again. Where is it? And let's press play. Hear what they say here. Come on.
You can all suck my fat cock.
So they intentionally didn't go successful.
You've achieved.
And we're on it, and they said that. That's crazy. Me saying it, that's normal.
They don't know that though. See, the thing is, it's like you've achieved a level of fame that like really snuck up on people over the last couple of years. You know, it's because the rise of Kill Tony has been completely organic. Like, there's been no promotion of Kill Tony that made it become what it is. It's all just people sharing it on YouTube. So now you're a guy that they go to, like, to get mad at.
I mean, there are comedians who are 10 times more successful than Tony, far more offensive than him, and way more controversial, yet they don't have entire communities dedicated to clowning on them every single day. Like, that's not really why everyone trashes Tony Hinchcliffe. The real reason people can't stand Tony is because his comedy has devolved into the most lazy, predictable culture war slop imaginable, where every punchline is—
Jesus, what an outfit, isn't it? What a fucking outfit he's got on there. What's the fucking outfit? Like, I don't like it whatsoever. I don't like it whatsoever.
Is just another recycled stereotype or another round of applause bait for a conservative audience. So instead of defending the actual thing people hated, which was his comedy special, they just pretended it didn't exist and spent the entire episode inventing every possible excuse for why they received criticism.
And there's a bunch of people like that online that's their business. Their business is people are mad at them. They have hot takes. People are mad at them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so you've fallen into that category. And so there's going to be people that genuinely don't like what you did and don't like you. And then there's going to be people that are just using it as a commodity. They're just using it as outrage, which is part of what the game is. You know, this is what they do in their engagement, you know, game that they play, and it's kind of what we do in the joke game.
Yeah.
You know, you get engagement, you get people to laugh. You say outrageous things that you don't even really mean, but it's because it's a funny thing to say. It's just like I always say,
can we try and be funny first and not outrageous first, please? Is that possible, bro? Rogan and his friends. Can we just try and be straight up funny first instead of like, oh yeah, there's this funny story that happened that sounds like a funny story, but it's also just an engine. It's like, oh my god, so boring. Hey, Mexican makes it eat it, you know? That's what you put the Apple ClearPay. Apple ClearPay, ClearPie, whatever the fuck it's called, is good. Very good. Number one, very, very, very good. What's that? Ansel something, right? Ansel something. So yeah, let's get back and go. Still. Come on, brother. This is sand. Okay, nothing calling in. Press one more time.
Bob Marley didn't really shoot the sheriff. You know that, right?
Right.
It's like, it's just jokes.
Exactly.
Like when you say inappropriate on purpose, I mean, that is, like, everybody used to know that. Like, Louis C.K. was a very left-wing progressive guy when he was saying really f***ed up things that he didn't mean on purpose because they were funny.
Yeah.
Like, that was what he did. And everybody was fine with it until somewhere around, it seems like it was like 2016, 2000. Like, it started to turn a corner where it became like people are starting to take these things as statements rather than as comedy material. And they started trying to pretend that the person really means this. Like, that's where it got crazy.
It's just so funny how they think everyone who criticizes them simply just doesn't understand that they're joking, while at the same time comparing themselves to someone like Louis C.K., as if his comedy being offensive somehow proves that they're making the same kind of jokes. I mean, that might be the most obvious indicator that these guys are the most delusional people to ever have a platform, because everyone can tell Louis C.K. is joking, since his jokes clearly have well-crafted setups and punchlines with great delivery. But on the flip side, these two hacks just say some unoriginal stereotype into the mic without transforming it at all, and then proclaim themselves as comedic geniuses on the same level as someone like Louis, while in reality, they're really just saying statements out loud.
Yes, sir.
Clever trick, though. Very clever trick. You don't answer something, just repeat the question again. It's not like you're thinking about it deeply, you know? Attentively or something. But yeah, it's a really funny little troll. It does work really well.
He looks like he's like inmate 1 in the unexpected COVID-19 release, where they sent a bunch of people back out in the streets.
I mean, they've been doing comedy for nearly 40 years, yet they still have no idea that they have to form an actual joke to turn something regularly offensive into something actually palatable and funny. So for them to be this confused as to why people are hating on their material like they're making statements instead of jokes, while their comedy is literally just them making statements, is the most unaware, out-of-touch conclusion that they could have ever landed on. And then on top of that, it's insane of Joe and Tony to now be saying that they don't mean anything they've ever said on stage, that these are all jokes about being racist and transphobic that they don't really believe in. Because it's almost like they both forget that they both have these podcasts where there's hours of footage of them literally stating these beliefs in serious discussions. But anyways, just as you thought these two couldn't get more delusional, Tony starts talking about the roast of Kevin Hart and how a lot of the jokes aimed at him were actually false, specifically mentioning that the roast about him going to Saudi Arabia to perform there was actually wrong, as he apparently turned down the offer. Like, Tony is really trying to get some favor with Joe's audience here by mentioning this, but you already know that this is completely untrue, as Tony Hinchcliffe has zero morals whatsoever, and he would have gone to Saudi Arabia if they offered him enough money.
Here in Austin, I'm known as, you know, a skinny little faggot. I went to LA, and it turns out I'm a racist Nazi. Like, they were doing jokes on me at that roast, in which it's like, oh, what are you guys talking about? There's parts where I'm literally like, what the I've never even heard this about myself. I'm on a comedy show every week where people take shots at me, and none of this is a thing.
Well, it's made up. And
Right.
they also made up a bunch of stuff about like you going to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Right. Crazy.
They just made it up.
Yeah.
Like
not only made it up, turned it down. Like, didn't go when offered vast sums of money that the bus boy, bag boy, Tony would never imagine turning down.
And people don't even know that you turned it down.
Right.
Because you haven't been public about it.
Right. I mentioned it. I glazed over it for one moment on Kill Tony once. But yes,
The
it
people
hasn't been a
that
thing.
turned down that money are you and Shane Gillis.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Netflix clipped that and pinned it on their Instagram, that joke, and with the caption "long sip," because I'm sipping my water because the joke isn't on me, so the camera shouldn't be on me. Meanwhile, they're getting my reaction shot to, "Oh, you guys took that Saudi Arabian money," and it makes it look like I'm offended or something, or guilty of taking Saudi Arabian money.
But just a joke when you just lie about a fact and to make a joke is crazy. Because you're just lying.
Isn't Tony the one overthinking everything now? Am I bugging out? Isn't he just thinking everyone's talking about him at all points of the day? Is he maybe over egging or over emphasizing his importance? I don't think it's that deep, friend. I could be wrong. Let's go back one more time.
Like there's a difference between that and making a joke about something. Like you had to make something true and then criticize them for something. So you had to lie about something and then criticize them about that lie that you just invented.
Yeah.
Which takes 3 seconds to find out it wasn't true.
Exactly.
It takes a really quick search, like, oh, he didn't go.
Right.
Okay.
I just think it's hilarious that Tony's now trying to gain some points with the public by putting this out there, pretending that he turned down the Riyadh Festival invite because he has morals and doesn't agree with Saudi Arabia's policies. Like, this is just how desperate Tony is to be in good standing with comedy fans now, because after that comedy special of his, even his own fans think he's a degenerate, bigoted hack who's good at hosting Kill Tony, but terrible at stand-up comedy. So he must have seen how everyone supported Shane Gillis for turning down that offer as well, and is now whipping out that card from his inventory while he's at an all-time low in the court of public.
Tony wants everything, innit? Tony wants you to love your special, love him on Kill Tony, hosting it. He also wants you to buy his tickets for his future gigs. He wants it all. Love it.
Opinion. But don't get me wrong, he probably was actually invited to perform in Saudi Arabia. But this is Tony Hinchcliffe, guys. Like, he has absolutely zero morals. So he probably would have been on a flight to Riyadh in a heartbeat if they offered him enough money. Like, he really didn't turn it down because of the reason that Shane did. In reality, he was probably offered the same amount of money as comics that he views as below him, like Chris Stefano or someone like that, which most likely offended him so much that he declined the offer. Like, that's how petty and self-important this dude really is. But aside from that obvious lie, another lie that Tony tells himself is that he's a comedian that makes fun of everyone, no matter who you are, insufferably stating that everyone gets these jokes, which is just so painful and completely untrue of these guys.
And you know what's funny is that I have something that's supposed to offend everybody. Like, I don't want you to like 100% of any of my jokes. I'm not that guy. I'm heelish. I'm a bad guy
You're a
wrestling,
pro wrestling
fan.
heel.
Exactly. Yeah. So what's funny is people got offended about the George Floyd thing, and a lot of people said, yeah, well, Pete Davidson did a Charlie Kirk joke. And they're comparing these things from two different spectrums. But what they didn't mention is that I did a Charlie Kirk joke in my set. So fuck them, fuck them, fuck them, fuck them. You know what I mean?
Everybody gets them.
Everybody gets it is always my whole point.
Everybody gets them jokes.
Everybody does.
So instead of stating that everyone gets these jokes, I feel like these guys in the Rogan sphere should start adopting the term everyone below us financially gets these jokes, because that essentially sums up all of their material. I mean, they don't ever actually go after Trump or any of these guys in the Epstein class. Instead, they form jokes around these guys kissing up to them. Like, that's how backwards and pathetic their comedy is. And if the comedy legends that they praise and compare themselves to were still alive today, you already know that all of them would band together and absolutely tear these guys in the Rogan sphere apart. And that's really the part that these Austin meatheads truly don't understand. Like, they write all this criticism off as if everyone hating on them are chronically online weirdos or unsuccessful comedians.
I hate that term as well that they use to kind of, so DSP does it too. It's like, brother, you're the one that's chronically online. Most of these guys are posting content every day, if not every day. Who's more online? Who's more clinically, and who needs more medical attention? More help just to get antibiotics. You get me? It's not really doing that much still. Hard to swallow right here. No pause. Really difficult to swallow. Let's continue.
But if their very own heroes in the comedy world were alive today, like the ones in the Hall of Fame in the entrance of the mothership, they would all most likely co-sign guys like Mark Maron or Anthony Jeselnik and
that's the guy, Mark Maron.
Agree with everything they have to say about them.
I mean, I'm sure there's some people that were upset, but there's also a lot of people that are just ill. They're online all the time on these social media apps just arguing and spitting out venom and yelling at people, and they yell at them. It's like they're in hell all day long. And anytime something comes along they could be upset at, they have to have their take. They have to have that hot take.
Yeah.
And if their hot take gets engagement, they're all looking at their likes, and they just start re-engaging with that subject and going back on it, and this is the real problem. Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. That's bad for your head, kid.
Right. Exactly.
Very bad for your head. All those people that I know that are especially comics that are doing it, the comics that are doing it, almost all of them don't have good careers. No, all of them.
Right.
None of them have impressive careers, especially compared to their contemporaries that are doing well. And then on top of it, they're all mentally ill. They're all people that are fucking filled up with pharmaceuticals and.
Wow, Joe Rogan's mentally ill best friends. Wow. Okay, cool. We did that. Please record. The ambulances and the night. Alright. Where's the fuck is that Rottweiler then? Where the hell did I put that over there then? Where the hell did I put that over then? Cool, we did that, we did this. Come on. There you go. That's that one done. Was everyone wanted to check it as well? Quality track, yeah. But let's do quality. Oops. Not today. Ah, fuck. Playing barefoot is really hurtful. It doesn't help to strengthen your foot. But yeah, so far from what I can see on here, judging by what I'm reading between the lines and what he's been saying, no infidelity so far is spotted on Trump's side of things. Just, you know, she just maybe started to feel herself after losing a bunch of weight. But so probably showing that much attention at home. And now she's finally got some work husband or someone to like tickle her fancy. So go. Love to figure out sexual activity. Love to see her. Love to see her pick her brain for sure. Delaying anything out of Brazil into a single marry. Of course I shall. Of course. There we go. Sin or not? Who knows? Who fucking knows what the hell's going on here? Let's continue.
Yep. They're going to therapy. They're like literally mentally ill, and they're online. They're talking about fascists.
Right.
You know, like stop. Like get your shit together. No one. Your opinion is not that valuable to people because they know that you're fucked up. Do you not understand that?
Right.
I'm gonna take a fucked up person's opinion on politics over Rogan's sober opinion on politics any of the week. Give me a fucked up homeless person's idea of politics. I'm gonna take that more than I'm gonna take anything from Rogan's Heinz bottle. All day, all day.
Like the way you view the world is it's not a healthy, balanced perspective. Like you're viewing the world in this like mentally ill lens.
Well, the whole online thing doesn't.
I don't think he spotted the square in front of the microphone. That's what the guy was pointing to. He's still looking past the fucking mic. It's hilarious. Oh.
It doesn't even convert to sold tickets or a bigger thing. It's such a temporary drug for them to fill this void of what they're not doing.
Right. It doesn't convert to them people wanting to go see them. No. I mean, some people maybe they get like a little juice out of it, but it's not enough because you're also opening the door. If you do become popular, you have to understand that if you've been spitting hate at people for a decade and then you become popular, boy, that hate's coming your way.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming your way.
So that might just be the biggest projection I've ever heard come out of Joe's mouth. Like he's literally describing himself here. I mean, he doesn't have an impressive career in comedy whatsoever. He pumps himself full of every peptide and chemical that Ways to Well gives him, and he spews his wonky political takes and opinions on his podcast as if anyone actually thinks he's a credible source of information on the topics he talks about. He also hates on just about anyone who doesn't agree with him politically or comedically, and he was most definitely talking about Mark Maron here, which is just hilarious since Mark has a comedy career far more impressive than Joe's, and it genuinely seems like he's doing better than Joe mentally as well, as he quit his podcast for no other reason than to have some clarity and peace of mind. So if anyone, I think Joe and maybe even Tony could take a page out of Mark Maron's book and perhaps take a break from their podcasts for a long while, because it seems like they're really driving themselves insane with this constant loop of sloppy podcast rants that they do, and it really can't be good for their mental well-being. But anyways, guys, make sure to sub to the channel if you haven't already, and with that being said, thank you so much for watching.
I used to do that too a little bit. When I used to draw quite a lot in school, if I wanted to like slow down, but I wanted to keep up the momentum and not let it kind of like dull, I wanted the momentum to kind of keep going. Do you know what I mean? Push. It's a bit of a she figured it out, innit? She fucking figured it out. Not everyone can, but she manages to figure it out still. Well gone for your chest. Well gone for your chest. Oh. Can't be walking on, bro. Come on now. Come on now. What you can't do that with little kids. They're gonna fuck you up, you know? Come on, bro. Come on.
You know, for people to nitpick that joke and be offended, and it's funny because it was a lot of comedians, a lot of black comedians were like, "I'm upset about this," you know.
The comics that are doing it, almost all of them don't have good careers. No, all of them.
Right.
None of them have
Wow.
impressive career, especially compared to their contemporaries that are doing
Holy
well.
shit.
And then on top of it, they're all mentally ill. They're all people that are fucking filled up with pharmaceuticals, and they're going to therapy. They're like literally mentally ill, and they're online talking about fascists.
Right.
You know, like stop. Like get your shit together. No one, your opinion is not that valuable to people because they know that you're fucked up. Do you not understand that?
Right.
Like the way you view the world is it's not a healthy, balanced perspective. Like you're viewing the world in this like mentally ill lens.
Well, the whole online thing doesn't even convert to sold tickets or a bigger thing.
All right. So it looks like the two most
Anyway, you got that. 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 Oh. What's going to do? Tohika says that. Isn't there another American? No, was there a podcast screen? Was there? No, that was not the one. Was there a podcast screen? Was there a new one? Was there a new one that I missed out on? It's here. Yeah, actually, no, we got that one right. Joe Rogan. Tim Dillon gives Joe Rogan. No, I didn't. I definitely check this one actually. Maybe we did both of these. Starvey called out Rogan and entire Austin comedy scene. Yeah, fuck off. Let's do this.
You know, in the comedy world, we say we're the last line of defense because this is where the woke meets the wall.
We're the last defense before tyranny. We are.
I love how everybody in the room automatically knows what Joyce is saying. Everyone gets it straight away. As soon as he starts this, everyone gets it straight away what he's doing. They know exactly who he's imitating. I mean, they know exactly what's going on. It's so hilarious.
We're at the wall.
Of the
Constitution.
We're at the wall with turrets keeping out the barbarians.
We have the ear of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
We tell him exactly what he wants to hear,
and we never ask him a question about being a. We're obsessed with
stand politely behind him.
I was there. We don't ask him about it.
And accept whatever answer he gives.
And then even if we do, we're like, oh, that makes sense, and don't press him. But
and then we go, shit, bro, damn, bro, that's crazy, bro.
The accent. The accent. Oh, that's really good. Who's this guy? JP McDade. Yo, JP McDade's funny, bro. Big up JP McDade. That's really good accent. Big up JP McDade.
But
and then we go, shit, bro, damn, bro, that's crazy, bro. Shit, I ain't even think about it like that, bro.
But we have his ear. You're right, Joe. We are the last bastion of free speech.
This idea that it's easy to become a billionaire and that these billionaires somehow or another are the problem because they're not paying their fair share is so weird that
it's also weird how you don't think they have you don't think there's any problem with it. You know, that's the problem. That's the thing. It's one thing to maybe putting all the blame in the feet, laying all the blame on the feet of billionaires is a bit too much. It's excessive. But I also think people like Rogan, who don't see any problem whatsoever with billionaires, they're also weird. You know, those type of people. They don't see any issue whatsoever. Like, you know, like nothing, no problem. That's also a bit strange.
is that's a narrative that actually gets pushed through.
They want you isolated so you don't realize it's literally the ruling class that is your life over, and not trans teenagers and Mexican people. Exactly. But anyway.
If you've been watching this channel for a while, you'll know that Stavros Halkias is a podcast cringe Hall of Famer, and for good reason. In a world full of comedians lining up to kiss the ring and chase the Rogan bump, Stavy has somehow become the antidote to everything this channel covers. He took over Two Bears, One Cave with Chrissy D last summer and completely destroyed Tom and Bert's podcast from the inside, and it still hasn't recovered. He's called out the Austin comedy scene to its face, and every time you think he's going to play it safe and fall in line, he does the exact opposite. And Stavy isn't some outsider throwing rocks. He's from the same world as these guys. He has access to that Austin ecosystem whenever he wants it. He could walk into the mothership tomorrow if he felt like it, and instead of playing the game, he keeps calling it out, knowing full well that every single word gets back to Rogan and Hinchcliffe, and the man just does not give a flying fuck.
Let me tell you something. There's no agree to disagree here. You are fully wrong. It's one of the stupidest things ever. This is insane. You think it's women's fault?
Yeah, dude, we get paid just as much. We're just as powerful. Cut it out.
All right, you're practicing for Rogan very clearly. You're gonna do a great job on Kill Tony with these talking points. This is really interesting because you're actually saying radical feminism with Kill Tony vocabulary right now. It's like a fascinating. I'm having a hard time even because we do agree, but you're throwing these like anti-cancel culture buzzwords out. You have gotten like Austin trans brain, like you know what I mean? Like it really is at the top of your head.
What?
Jesus, it takes place on October 7th. You guys are in Riyadh on October 7th.
Realize that. I'm on the 8th. I'm there on the 8th.
Oh my God. But it's going on the 7th. You're going to be doing remembrance posts from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, from Saudi Arabian airspace.
Sound good.
Hold on.
But let me be clear about something because it's important.
That was such an uncomfortable episode when you called him out. That's so uncomfortable. It was so uncomfortable when you called him out. Really good to hear it, brother. I love it.
For the rest of this video, this isn't about Stavi's politics. He's obviously left-leaning, Rogan is obviously right-leaning, and I'm not here to tell you one is right and the other is wrong. The point is that it's become so rare to find a comedian with Stavi's profile who's actually willing to push back against the establishment. And I say establishment on purpose because that is what Rogan and Hinchcliffe and the Austin crew have become. They were supposed to be the independent guys, the ones who pushed back against the mainstream and fought for free speech and open conversation. Now they are the mainstream. They are the establishment, and the fact that we're out here making heroes out of someone like Stavi simply because he speaks his mind tells you everything you need to know about how bad the yes man culture has gotten in that world. So this isn't about left versus right, it's about the dynamic, and Stavi is the only one at his level who isn't towing the party line. By the way, if you haven't already, check out the link. And Ari's just come back from an 8-month backpacking trip through Latin America. The guy's been completely off the grid. He wasn't plugged into the news cycle. He missed...
Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Who's the comedian? Not Ari. Who was it recently? Everyone was saying that. Oh yeah, no, it's not comedian. It's I don't know if people watch it. No one probably gives a shit here. It wasn't a comedian, it was a Macwap, innit? Are there any No Jumper people here on the stream chat? Are there any No Jumper listeners or viewers? Have people heard? Have you people heard of the theory that people are floating around that Macwap might be into like trans women, which is why he takes these random trips to Thailand all the time? Have you guys heard about that? Because I thought he just went to Thailand because it was cheap. Because Thailand, fuck, it's a beautiful country too. But if you're American and you make some good money, you can go to Thailand and live like a fucking king for like a month if you want to, like, right? I've obviously been to that part of the world and I had a great time there. But Macwap does go quite often. He does go quite often, like randomly. He'll just go. And somebody said, I forgot who it was, that he might actually do that because he likes to hook up with trans women or something. I was like, what? But then some stuff came out about him. I was like, fuck it, is that a thing? People. But it's funny how no one actually said nothing recent. It's just, anyway, just weird. It's just interesting. I don't know if that's. It's just a weird, interesting thing that whenever guys like to go to that part of, like, unless you're really into kickboxing or something, if you go there all the time on your own, people start to immediately think you're into ladyboys, you know? So, yeah.
All the culture war bullshit. So when he gets back and catches up on what's been happening, he and Stavi start talking about the media circus and the performative outrage, and that's where Stavi takes things somewhere you'd never hear on JRE.
Dude, I've gotten back and I've noticed that I don't know, but the talking points came and went, and I was never made aware of them, so I could hear somebody referencing something that I don't know, and I'm kind of glad I don't.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
You're like, hey, I haven't seen a new Charlie Kirk video in a while. What's going on?
I did hear about that one.
Yeah. Did you hear about that in
Guatemala?
In Guatemala is where you
Guatemala.
found out? You know what? I was in Greece when it happened, actually.
It hits different. You don't get as emotionalized.
Yeah. No, there I was like, I mean, when it broke in Greece, first of all, you just hear there's a shooting and it's like, oh, damn, that sucks. And then when he died, I was like, damn, that, like,
I've heard of that
I didn't
guy.
like the guy, but you shouldn't fucking kill people you don't agree with. That was what I thought it was going to be. And then I get home and like, Republicans are like, if you are not sad about Charlie Kirk, you need to die.
Really?
Yeah, dude, you saw that guy, that one guy, not all Republicans, like, no, dude, there's that one guy who's like, like in a golf
They're
polo.
all acting.
Guys in golf polos crying like this is MLK. It's like, anyway, you know what? I'm going to stop myself.
Acting. They're all just doing Stephen A. Smith. They're all just doing a version of Stephen A. Smith.
100%.
Where you're like, you don't actually care about this.
Dude.
But you convince yourself you do.
Well, all of them wanted to be famous. Every one of them. Ben Shapiro's a failed screenwriter.
Is he really?
Oh yeah. All the and a lot of conservative online figures or pundits are like failed comedians. How many failed stand-ups become conservative pundits all of a sudden?
Pundit.
You know what I mean?
Such a weird word.
But I remember coming home and being like, Jesus. When you're in Greece, it's like, damn, that's a tragedy. That's sad. And you just go about your day. And then I came home and it was like, they were getting people fired. And obviously I know these people are hypocrites, but it's like, this is exactly what you were mad about.
Oh, they're doing
To
the
a
same
T.
thing. They're such.
It's literally the same thing where they were getting people fired for making jokes they didn't like. But I will say the both sides argument does bother me a little bit because now we're like the both sides when they call Mondani a communist and it's like, the guy wants fucking like one side is we should have health care and the other side is let's round up every brown person and fucking try them without any due process. So I do think there's a little difference at this point, but we don't have to talk about it. We could talk about how
They didn't mean bitching about like some words.
Yes.
And everyone's like, oh, you're so mad about these words. Like, guys, fucking go back to your. You're not
Let's get back. Let me ask you this: did you jack off in a hostel?
Yeah, tons of time.
So Stavi's sitting there making the point that the demands coming from the left, like healthcare and basic services, are being presented as equally extreme to what's coming from the other side, and he's calling that out as a false equivalence. Now, what's interesting to me isn't necessarily the politics of what he's saying, it's that in this moment of massive division where everybody is picking a side, it's fascinating to watch who picks which side and...
For me, I find it fascinating just how deep the side picking has come. That's the thing that fascinates me about Rogan. It's like, I understand, like, you know, everyone always says the older you get, the more you start to lean right anyway, right? Because your responsibilities change, your needs change, you know, you change, blah, 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 blah. What surprised me more about Rogan's, like, MAGA tilt was, like, the way that he just went full in. There was not, like, you know what I mean? It wasn't just like, oh, I'm making the rational decision, given the options available, sorry, I'm gonna go for this guy over this woman because I don't trust her because of this, that, and the other. The policies don't. I mean, just like a really clear-minded, rational, unemotional, lacking in fucking, you know what I mean, in nonsense and whatever else it may be. But the funny thing is just how quickly those guys went from being like skeptics of Trump when he was first term. And then as soon as they become friends and maybe he starts to, like, you know, grease some palms and fix some things and help here, help there, they suddenly become like devout believers and cult members. That was a really scary part of how quickly it went from like having doubts about a guy to quickly being like, you know, one of his number one fans and having regular phone calls. It's like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I guess it is what it is.
Why? And Joe Rogan has definitely picked his.
And then they don't even have any ability to kind of call out the obvious, you know? They run for cover, they pretend they don't see certain things. But then when the other side does anything wrong, they quick to jump on it. It's like, come on, man, the hypocrisy, though.
So I just came from New York, and so New York has their own version of this now with their new mayor, and the big controversy there last week was their mayor did a video standing in front of somebody's home.
Yes.
Calling him out by name.
Ken Griffin. Who's a very wealthy guy who brings a lot of jobs to New York City and was in the middle of a huge project. That's a $6 billion project, and now he's considering tanking it.
It's Ken, who I know. Ken is a major philanthropist. Ken has donated hundreds of millions of dollars, particularly to healthcare in New York City, on top of being a major taxpayer and source of tax revenue, on top of being a major employer. And so the new mayor has deliberately targeted him personally to try to force him out.
Why?
Yeah.
The top 1% of New York, aren't they responsible for 50% of the tax base?
Yeah, on that order, yeah.
Something in the range
also
of
roughly the case in California in the year 2000, 1,000 individuals were 50% of the tax revenue. It was the all-time peak, but I think it's roughly 1% of the taxpayers, so 50% of the tax receipts.
So there it is, Rogan sitting across from a $2 billion venture capitalist, and his instinct is to defend Ken Griffin, a hedge fund billionaire who, mind you, is a business partner of Mark Andreessen, as if he's some kind of generous philanthropist and job creator who the city of New York should be grateful for. Meanwhile, Andreessen's rattling off how the top 1% are responsible for half the tax base, like that's supposed to make us feel sorry for them or some shit. Imagine sitting down with 2019 Rogan and explaining to him that in a few years' time, his podcast is going to be the place where billionaires go to rehabilitate their image after decades of price gouging and profiteering of ordinary people. He would have clutched his pearls and burst out laughing, and yet here we are. I actually did an entire video breaking down the Andreessen episode with fishing. I've used the word literally properly.
The farther we get into whatever version of society we've built right now, it's harder and harder to have get-togethers. It's just more difficult.
Well,
Everyone's
yeah.
at work all the time on their phone. It doesn't leave them.
And we've designed our fucking cities other than, that's why I love New York so much. It's like, it's a real
get
city.
places.
It's Europe. It's like Europe. It's like the regular place. It's walkable.
Yeah.
We have designed everyone in suburbs, everywhere where we have to take a car, these fucking developments where it's like everyone gets there. Basically, we've been given a little nice prison cells where we're isolated and we're not, and they don't want you. They don't want community, because when there's community, people realize that if they together they could stop all the bullshit that's fucking us. They want you isolated.
These village takes care of stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Not to be that guy, but the World Cup has been a good example of it. Not to be that guy, but the World Cup's been a good example of it. The World Cup has been a really good example of it. Big up Casual, big up Casual. I appreciate you. Not to be that guy, but the World Cup has been a really good example. Hold on, let me put it in there, I'll continue on. Big up Casual, appreciate you. Does it play? Are you gonna play? Play, motherfucker. Anyway, I was gonna say World Cup. Why the World Cup for me? Because I feel like, especially for foreign fans, myself included, all we get from you guys over there is like school shootings and like politics, you know, and maybe entertainment stuff. We don't get a lot of like celebration of your country, which makes sense because you're going for a tough period of time. But it was quite cool to see like your country get celebrated, you know? People are like, shit, man, this country's fucking sick. Do you know what I mean? Like, for all the problems, it was good to just see people just enjoying America, just enjoying being there. And it was good too because it wasn't just like white people. It was like people from all over not just white. Do you know what I mean? It was people from all over the world going to America, supporting their country, obviously, but also having a great time in America, having a great time in Mexico, having a great time in Canada. That was so cool. And guess what happened? Everyone got along. Everyone got along. No one really gave a fuck about politics. You know what I mean? With the exception of maybe what the Iran team is going through, nobody really gave a shit about politics. Even though a lot of people probably disagree with each other when it comes to politics, nobody